This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3 epic recap. Chuck Liddell arrested domestic. Oh my. UFC news. Let's talk with the MMA Host.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hi, welcome to the show. The MMA Holes is here in your life on a Monday, Columbus Day. Happy Columbus Day, friends. And was it Canadian Thanksgiving or something like that as well? Holidays for some. For us over here, we keep the party going. We keep rolling. We keep hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Let me change to save the show here. Hold on a second. The timer. Yeah, let's lower that thing. What the hell is it so high for? There we go. Okay, fine. Yeah, right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tonight's show is an interesting one because we watched a fight on Saturday night that was absolutely
Wonderful, wonderful.
this fight, this boxing match between Fury and Wilder, part 3, was everything and more. I did expect this thing to be so epic in proportion. I knew it was going to be a big night for the Holes. We were going to have making a lot of new friends, and it delivered. It delivered in a way where I don't remember the last time I've seen a heavyweight fight pay off like this one did. It was an $80 main event between Fury and Wilder, and it was just epic. 5 knockdowns, back and forth. You're on the edge of your seat. Is this guy going to win? Is that guy going to win? You know, a lot of people are like, oh, how long have you been watching boxing for, bro? It wasn't the best fight of all time. I tell you what, I can't even recall in my lifetime a heavyweight fight that was this freaking good. Now, of course, Mike Tyson back in the day was a G for me, but Tyson was getting in there knocking fools out in seconds. This was a war, an 11-round war. And yes, the momentum started going in Fury's way as the tail end of the fight started to approach. Wilder was game. He showed up. He was on a mission. He was working the body in the beginning. He looked good. Apparently, he broke his hand. I'm curious to see what kind of excuses we get from the Deontay side of things. I heard like one of his coaches was already fired. So I mean, listen. The thing I didn't like was Wilder, listen, it's over. It's all over. The third time, technically Tyson Fury beat him 3 times. The first time was a draw. Second time Tyson got the finish. And this one here, once again, he gets the finish. It's really like 3 times this man lost. So it's like you would think there would be some sportsmanship at the end, but Deontay Wilder didn't want anything to do with Fury and left. Now, I think he's a good man. I think he's a family man, this and that. He's got some sort of hostility against this guy. And the ironic thing about Deontay Wilder hurting his hand in the fight, breaking his knuckle, he switched his gloves to have gloves similar to Tyson Fury, the cheater. He decides to, have lighter gloves, so when he hits, he's going to hurt. And then he breaks his freaking hand. So, I mean, listen. I think it's enough with the excuses. Tyson Fury has Deontay Wilder's number. Now, is that it for Wilder? No. Deontay Wilder still mauls majority of these heavyweights out there because the guy's got ridiculous power. He is 35 years of age. I think he's got some fights left in the tank. And this is not the end, but Tyson Fury, the 6'9" behemoth of a man, 277 pounds. Tyson Fury is the real deal. Now Tyson sits up there on the throne like no one can beat me. And right now at heavyweight, I don't see anyone beating this guy. I don't see anyone beating Tyson Fury at heavyweight. I love it, though. I love the Gypsy King. I'm a big fan of the Gypsy King. Tyson Fury is just, he's saving boxing. He is. Jake Paul's not saving boxing. Canelo Alvarez is doing a great job. But I got to be honest with you. I don't care. Like, Canelo's great. You know, the guy, he's been involved in some decent fights, but there have been pay-per-views where I just don't care. And maybe because of the limited English that he speaks, I don't know, maybe that's what it is. But Tyson Fury's a salesman, and he backs it up with the wins. Kind of how Conor McGregor was, but here's the deal. He's not losing this guy. He's 30-0 or 31-0. Tyson Fury, and then coming off of a win on a monster, scary guy, a guy that is literally the heaviest hitter in heavyweight history, and taking him out, absorbing his punishment, and turning it around and finishing him. Now I'm going to show some stuff as we progress in this show of some of the knockdowns here. 5 is crazy. Really crazy. The heart of Tyson Fury. The story of Tyson Fury. So many people out there are making so many excuses, but I think it's time to bend the knee. If you were never a fan of Tyson Fury, how could you not be a fan now? It's literally impossible not to like this guy. And afterwards, you know, he was fairly humble. You know, he was emotional with his family, and he got the job done, has a nice little paycheck, and away we go. We can discuss what's next for Tyson Fury. We can discuss what's next for Deontay Wilder. But tonight, let's discuss what happened on Saturday night. It's an MMA show, but man, oh man, boxing, you got something here. You got my interest. And I think you got a lot of MMA fans' interest on this fight. Let me know in the chat what you think and thought of the main event that happened Saturday night. Now, Marina Rodriguez gets a fantastic victory over Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern may have been exposed. I don't know. Back to the drawing board. We'll see what she does. But, you know, people, and myself included, were saying, hey, man, if she wins this fight, you know, title shot, blah, blah, blah. And now here is Marina Rodriguez saying, well, hold on a second. Me and my Rodriguez name, I'm here. I'm over here, 35 years of age. I still got it. I got some swag. The only one that beat me was Carla Esparza. She was a former champion. So it gets interesting. The 15-pound weight class is very interesting in UFC. We'll talk about that. But tonight, let's be honest. This is the story. And Chuck Liddell, by the way. What are we doing? Now, I did see the statement by Chuck Liddell that was released. It seems like he had a more professional approach to handling this situation. We don't have all of the news on this. You know, we don't know exactly what happened, but he's now playing. He's kind of playing the victim in this situation. So it's not all roses, unicorns, rainbows. There's a problem in the Liddell household. So we'll get into that as well. But an interesting night, an interesting conversation night tonight. And it's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
We got the first donation coming in. Hold on one second. Wonderful.
I was just watching the first Wilder Fury fight and watching the stream you did along with it, and I realized I was late. Fuck me. Crime gay.
And I realized I was late. Fuck me. Chrome gay. Okay, thank you very much. That's the glove touch coming in. Now, we got JBM in the studio right now. Welcome, JBM. How are you?
Covered in drool and spit up and snot and whatever else my baby touches. Baby food, formula, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm good, Moss. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful. By the way, I just noticed you have one of my old camera shirts here.
Yeah,
Lift
you
it
know
up.
what?
What does it say?
It says shoot people.
No. That's not what it says. It doesn't just say shoot people. It says...
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the I. I don't shoot people. It says I shoot people.
I shoot people, yeah.
You guys are going to have to forgive my wardrobe for like the next couple weeks because it has been a teething roller coaster. And I got to be quite honest with you. I have had no time to myself, let alone to just change a fucking shirt. So I'm going to be in a lot of Moss clothes for the next couple days.
They could deal with that. They just want you in attendance, and it's good to have you here. All right, talk about Saturday. Saturday night.
Oh God, that was amazing.
What a card, right? What a
salty
fight. I should
people
say.
from Saturday night though. There were a lot of like just nasty people. Maybe it's boxing fans. Maybe that's what it is. Because MMA fans, it didn't seem like that. But overall, I thought the night was fantastic.
Who was salty?
And no, like you go in like the comment. I actually went in the comments this time. I never go in the comments.
Okay.
But I went in the comments. There's a lot of salty people in comparison to our MMA community. It seemed like there was a lot of box. It was on the boxing stream. So I would assume it was boxing fans. They're just salty people.
Wow,
Whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. Let's talk about how amazing the fights were. It went exactly how I expected it to. Fury getting rocked a couple times. I did call that. If you go back, I think it was it Fuga Friday that I said that, or right before the fight? I can't remember when I said it, but I did say Fury would get rocked once or twice, and that did happen. But fuck, man, Fury is just an animal. He's just a freaking animal, and I expected it this time.
Do you like Fury better now? I mean, I know you're a Wilder fan.
Yeah, 100%. I've always liked Fury. I like the vibe. He's very Conor McGregor-esque, you know. So I've always liked him. It's like I said before, though, I have really no reason to be a fan of either one because I'm not a boxing fan, you know? So I'm just going based off of, like, casual first impression, and I just kind of jumped on the whole Bomb Squad hype. But I've always liked Fury, and I think it, you know, more power to him, man. He just proved Wilder wrong, and honestly, it sucks for me to say because I actually like Wilder a lot, but Fury made him look like a fucking idiot. Like all that bullshit he was giving with the excuses and everything. I mean, Fury just shut him up. There's nothing else Wilder can say.
If you're gonna have a lot of excuses, you got to back it up, right? And, and we've seen Conor fall because of things like that, making a million excuses and then losing, right?
Yeah.
Although the Conor situation with the snapping of the leg, and it's just, I don't know.
Well, those are circumstances you can't exactly control, you know.
It's crazy though. It's crazy what's going on with him, but with Wilder here in this situation, he does seem like a nice guy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that competitive nature. A guy that's never lost before, you know, takes an L and he just can't handle losing. Maybe that's what it is. I mean,
I think it's an embarrassment. I think it's public humiliation. You know, you got to think Deontay Wilder had the excuse of the suit coming into the second fight, and then he tried to throw out the gloves and all that stuff. So I think by him giving excuse after excuse and then Fury proving every excuse wrong, it's humiliating for Wilder, and he's a very prideful man, you know. So anytime someone gets in an argument and they're prideful, they're not willing to admit that wrong, right?
You know what's humiliating too? The fact that we're an MMA channel, and let's be honest, we're casuals here when it comes to boxing. Like I've watched Tyson back in the day, and I was a big fan of Mike Tyson, but you know, I dipped off and I kind of fell off the boxing scene until the next novelty fight came out, and then I enjoyed it, right? But when it came to the UFC, we watch every single 5 years straight. I mean, even before that, I was watching the UFC. But on this channel, proof, we've been live for 5 years straight of UFC constantly, whether it's the lowest of the low cards and the highest of the high with the pay-per-views. We're always here. Boxing, we're not in that situation. So I sit back and laugh as I see some of these boxing channels crying. Now, you said the chat is crying. I didn't see much of the chat crying.
Well, no,
in fact, I saw them laughing.
I think boxing fans in general are just like sensitive more. I'm not saying, okay, let me rephrase.
What about this?
I don't want to say boxing fans are salty people because a lot of them aren't. Some of them are actually really tolerable and really fun to hang in the chat with. But I do notice there is a higher level of sensitivity with boxing fans than there is with MMA fans.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Boxing fans are brittle. Yeah. I mean, boxing channels are brittle. They're brittle human beings.
The thing that gives it away, honestly, is just like when we're doing an MMA reaction or whatever. You know, people have their things to say if their favorite fighter loses or whatever, but then they move on. You know, like they don't start a bunch of shit. I notice with the boxing fans is especially if their favorite fighter loses. They jump into that comment section and they'll start attacking like the host, and they'll start like picking out things that they're saying or doing or whatever.
I'm sorry.
Even if it's irrelevant.
Let me hold this in the chat. Cameron hits the nail on the head. More race baiting with boxing. 100%.
That's another example. Yeah.
100%. Dude, you're 100% on the button. There are channels that were literally playing the white-black card with Wilder and Fury, and they were trying to disguise it with America versus UK. Let's be honest here. I was sitting in some of these chats, and I was watching these guys. I'm like, we all know the reason why you want Deontay Wilder to win this fight. And the angles they're going with these arguments of Tyson Fury cheating and blah, 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 to the point they're just trying to light this dude on fire. And then even after the fact that Fury dismisses everything on Saturday night by destroying Deontay Wilder, right? I jumped in a certain channel. I'm not going to give them the clout. I'm done with giving them the clout. I jumped on this channel and was looking at this replay over here. And all they were complaining about is Tyson Fury with the clinch and how dirty of a boxer Tyson Fury is.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
And
I've seen
like,
a million boxing fights where they clinch up like that. And if you go back to the fight, and when they were clinched up, it's not like Tyson Fury was just hanging there holding him. He was actually throwing shots.
Working.
Yeah. So, listen, I've seen worse. I've seen them so much. But you know what it is? It's like you said, and it's not, I don't even think it's race baiting. I think it's just their favorite fighter loses. And when a boxing fan is not winning in favor of their fighter,
they
like,
lose their shit.
It's like, yeah, it's bizarre. I've never seen a bunch of grown men act like babies.
Let's be honest,
quite
boxing
blunt.
channels. Your channels suck. It's shit. It's trash. It's garbage. And you act
I
like,
wouldn't necessarily say
how
that.
does like lunatics over here that barely even watch boxing knew very clearly that Tyson Fury is going to win this fight, and then you're doing show after show saying, yeah, Wilder's going to win, Fury's a cheater, blah 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 blah. Like, it's just, you guys are fucking assholes. That's why I'm happy to be part of the Mma-Holes.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily attack the channel. I would attack.
Fuck 'em.
I
Fuck
would
the
attack the boxing community. I mean,
you know what it is?
What?
Because MMA is so powerful. What UFC is so powerful right now. Can you fix that wire? It's driving me nuts. It's dangling.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah. The UFC is so powerful right now. It's on the uprise.
Yeah.
Now, Saturday is a big night for boxing. It's a tremendous night for boxing because honestly, I think the world stopped when that fight happened. My dad is a pretty decent boxing fan. He didn't watch it. And he could have watched it for free because we bought the pay-per-view. He could have watched it on an ESPN Plus account. But he decided not to watch it. I'm like, Dad, you got to watch this thing.
Yeah.
That's still not good. That's not good. That's not good for boxing. That my dad, who's actually a legit fan, just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, listen, I mean, I think there were a lot of boxing fans that probably didn't watch the actual fights. But
it's kind of why. It's people didn't. Boxing fans, true boxing fans, didn't want this trilogy to happen. They wanted Joshua versus Fury. And after watching Saturday night, don't you think we got the better fucking fight? Don't you think that we had a closure to a trilogy that was epic? I mean, it was so back and forth. And listen, Fury was in trouble in some moments. He was dropped twice by a fucking Adonis-looking Deontay Wilder. I mean, Wilder was when he knocked him down. Wilder's like, "I got you, motherfucker!" Like he was basically ready to fucking throw the champagne up in the air.
Yeah,
like it's nuts, man. Let's be honest. Boxing fans are stupid.
No, I don't think they're stupid.
What?
Listen, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to play the heel over here, and I'm not gonna. You can do that, but I'm not gonna jump into that
purist.
one.
I'm not saying boxing and MMA fans.
All right.
I'm saying purist.
No,
boxing
I just
fans
think
that throw shade at MMA are fucking stupid.
You have to remember, boxing has been around for such a long time, far longer than MMA had come into a sport, right?
Yeah.
So you have to give them that. These are fans that have probably been lifelong since the moment they were born kind of fans, right? So I get it. You take your sport seriously. But I think you know what I think it is too?
They're a little retarded.
And it might not be the total reason, but it's definitely a contributing factor, is we have all said before boxing is rigged. It's a rigged sport. It's become kind of this facade, really, of a sport. And I think they know that. And I think they still want boxing to be taken as serious as it was taken 10 or 20 years ago. So now they're like, it's like this weird compensation. They're trying to compensate for what boxing has become.
They know that boxing is like the top of the heat. It's the mecca. It's like the sweet science.
Yeah.
Or silence, it should be called now. Science. And then when the UFC started gaining some traction, and you have Bob Arum, you have freaking Oscar De La Hoya, you have people throwing shade at the UFC.
Yeah.
They're jealous.
Boxing fans will shit on MMA fans at any
why
turn.
though? Because the boxing fans are following in the footsteps of the people that are running the promotions.
Right.
That's what's happening.
But they have to, because they have to protect their sport, because it is becoming a shady sport.
Meanwhile, Dana White is a massive boxing fan. He's a massive boxing fan, yet his product is going like skyrocketing.
But when do you see Dana White shitting on his own MMA fans? He doesn't do that.
Oh yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
What?
Not like that. Not like boxing fans do. Boxing fans will attack MMA fans simply for being MMA fans. Dana White doesn't do that. He can shit on his own fans for other reasons.
No, what are you talking? I'm so confused right now. Now you're losing me.
So Dana White is a boxing fan, but I'm saying boxing fans, they'll shit on MMA fans just for being MMA fans. They don't have a reason.
Oh, yes. True.
Yeah, you're saying Dana White shits on his own fans, but he always has a reason.
He shits on everybody, Dana White. He doesn't give a fuck.
So it's not. I don't think it's really comparable. You know, like I don't think you can really compare Dana White or lump him into that category.
You brought him up. I think this. I think this here. I think boxing fans are retarded. Come on, can we just say that
I'm
boxing fans, and I'm calling them fans are idiots. Drop it in the chat right now. What do you think of purist boxing fans? Now listen, if you're a boxing fan and an MMA fan, I'm cool with you. You know, like if you like both, that's fine. Because I like boxing. I don't hate on boxing. Saturday night I was thrilled, and we'll get into more of the fight in a second. But just say boxing fans are idiots in the chat. Let's just prove it.
Trent says boxing is just way different.
Different, like saying someone's special. You know, Jesse. What does that mean when you call someone special?
I'm not gonna go there.
Boxing fans are special.
West Coast says boxing fans are idiots. Why can't we just get a bong? Says Nicole Wilson. The Ugly says I have to say I'm both, and that's perfectly okay. And I think you know what it is.
Both is fine.
I think some people are afraid of being both. You know, I think there's such a fucking this aura around combat sports where you have to be one way or the other, and you're not allowed to be. You can be both.
You could.
Why can't more people
because
be both?
They're so scared of their one-trick pony. The one skill that they watch is inferior to a sport that has multiple skills, that uses every part of the body, not just your hand.
But if people would just understand that that's the sport.
Because in a real fight, an MMA fighter wins, right? Correct? In a real fight, if they're on the street and they're about to throw down,
no, it's just because they perform according to rules in the sport doesn't mean that they can do that in a real fight.
A boxer will never win, ever, on the street, ever. Now, unless you have a huge size advantage or something, okay. But if you have two fucking people that are comparable in weight or whatever,
yeah, I don't want to go there. I mean, that's a whole other argument.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That is the problem. Boxing fans realize that. Right? You agree. Ellie agrees. Boxing fans realize that on the street, in the real everyday world, they would get destroyed by an MMA fighter. Boxers would, right?
Yeah.
So they're in their little bubble, and now they're seeing the UFC doing better and better, and they're getting a little concerned here. But this is not the conversation for the show. I just wanted to shit on them. Jesse, no more of this conversation. We all know they're idiots. But now let's talk about the actual fight that was delicious. Okay? Let's look at this fight. You're looking at the statisticals over here. Hold on, we got some donations. Let these things come in. Come
on. Wonderful.
Boxing is full of race-baiting pro-black YouTube channels. And these losers get press passes and pass off as actual reporters. It's ruined boxing.
You know, it is true, though. A lot of these small boxing YouTube channels do get press passes and stuff like that. I do see that. Listen, and I don't want to turn this about race. That's not the angle I want to go to. But it is true though. The biasness is very clear. You know, like we do shows over here, like literally like blowing, like Derek Lewis or something. You know, like we're constantly blowing him. The guys we get on, like Jon Jones, there's nothing we can really do. As much as we try to defend the guy, he keeps on making mistakes. But guys like, Kamaru Usman, who people shit on, the MMA fans, here I am literally sucking his Nigerian cock every fucking show over here. I don't give a shit what the color is. I also don't care about where they're from. I say this all the time. I don't give a shit what country they're from. I just want to see some violence in a cage, in a ring. I want to enjoy the combat. That's what I want to do. But in boxing channels, if you drop in there, they're screaming and yelling. They're a cheater. They're a liar. They're this. They're nothing but a fucking fraud. And they're dirty. When they're wrong, that's what they say. They yell and scream about stupid shit. They're idiots. All right, anyway, let's move on. Thank you. Oh, hold on. We got another donation over here. Screaming at everybody. Even when they're wrong, they're screaming at everybody. Roberto.
Whitey Bogorandana out of boxing and Boston, left his boxing gym, upside down face. That's a crazy story.
Damn, huh? Look at that. Now, Roberto is an MMA fan and a boxing fan. He loves both. He loves boxing. But here's the deal. Like, you can appreciate both. You can totally appreciate both. And that's the problem. You know, why everyone got to be so sensitive out there? Why got to be so sensitive?
Wonderful.
Here comes Kainoto.
Moss, I have no hostility against MMA fans. I love both MMA and boxing. You have a meathead approach to this argument. What's up with the hostility, bro? Your view on boxing fans is hilariously retarded.
Wait a minute, hold on.
He's
I have
so
no
dumb.
hostility against MMA fans. I love both MMA and boxing. You and me had approached this argument. What's up with the hostility, bro? Your view on boxing fans is no, but he's saying,
talking to me. Can I answer it?
But he's saying you could be both.
Can I? Yeah, exactly. Like
that's okay if you're both. That's
How?
He's saying like the sensitive boxing fans. Like if you're, I mean, you're sounding
Hold
like
on.
a sensitive boxing
Hold
fan,
on.
but if like, I don't think you
listen.
quite heard.
He's a little slow. He's
No,
like
be
he's on the
nice. I
spectrum.
just-
If there's an
I
MMA
don't
whole
think you
community
quite
over
heard
here,
the
right there they
argument.
are. He's calling me a meathead, but perhaps he has meat in his ears. Maybe he's putting the meat in his ears. Did you just? Are you on a delay? Like what's going on here? I literally said like 4 times. If you're a fan of both, that's terrific. I'm cool with that. All right, I love Kayanoda though. He's a great guy. He's very supportive. He's just I don't know. Sometimes you know we wonder, but it's okay. He's in the schoolyard with the helmet on, you know, with the fucking leash.
Mouse, be nice. My God, you're so mean.
You never know. You never know. All right, here we go. Fury versus Wilder. Here's the 11 rounds over here. Total punches landed, and let's go round by round really quick, and we'll try to blast through this because we do have the Chuck Liddell story. Speaking of brain damage. Let's see. Fury, so it says 8 out of 22 strikes landed, total strikes, to 8 out of 28 by Wilder, which is kind of wild because that first round, I remember Deontay working that belly and it looked like he was getting super red and Tyson was, it looks like it was really affecting him. It looked like the game plan was working well. But if you look at the stats, I mean,
Well,
it's more, I mean, Fury has the better percentages here. Like it's 8 out of 22, 8 out of 28. It's like, holy shit, way closer than what I was watching. I thought Wilder won that first round. Now you have total strikes over here, 11 out of 30, 4 out of 27. Third round, 18 out of 40 for Fury, 9 out of 34 for Wilder. So, man, I mean...
He stole the scorecards by a landslide.
Well, I mean, yeah, and this is just total punches here, okay? This is not, you know, you got
no, even
jabs.
on those he did.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it seems like across the board, like Fury was kind of cruising.
Yeah.
Now we're going to show some stuff here that shows differently. I'm trying to see what round did Deontay outstrike him. I don't think one.
Yeah, there's not one on the top on the total punches landed.
Dude, that's crazy. And it's so funny when you're watching this fight live. You know, I wish we had a total official strikes report like we have with the UFC. Unfortunately, we can't pull that up with boxing, or we haven't found it yet. See, the jabs, the same thing.
Yeah, jabs and power punches. He beats him in every single one.
Yeah, he's tied, and then he just takes over. Power punches. Wow, that's insane. Mm-hmm. That's really crazy. I mean, the fight was pretty competitive. Pretty competitive. You're looking at this over here. So, let's see. Down goes Wilder, right? Let's see. And we're off. So, the fight starts, and then Wilder gets dropped. Let's look at this. The first one over here where Wilder gets dropped, okay? Here's Tyson Fury. Now, this has been happening a lot, and I can understand. The ref warned Tyson Fury. In the beginning, Tyson Fury was over him, and he was leaning on the back of his head. So every time they would clinch up. Now, here's the thing. If you look at this, okay? Watch this. So Fury hits him with a left and then a right? What happens? Wilder is on his way down, and he's kind of like shooting for a double here. Now, what the fuck? Hold on. Let me get a little closer to
Well,
this.
no, I think you know when you're out.
Hold on a second. Let me just finish my statement so you can understand what I'm saying. A lot of these boxing channels are saying Fury's dirty, Fury's dirty. Where was Fury supposed to go? Dude shooting for like a double leg over here. You know, like, I mean, where is he supposed to go? So he goes around over here, okay? And then you're coming in, boom! Right when they separate, right when Wilder's about to start, bang! Right on his melon. Boom! See that? Up. And then the little left for insurance over. Pank! Right on this fucking, pank! Ha-bam! And look at him go down. Damn, man. Damn, that's early in the fight right over there. Let's scroll down over here. And Wilder returns the favor. And look at Wilder stomping off. This is absolutely wonderful, wonderful. Check this out over here. This is what made this fight so terrific. So Wilder comes in with the body shot. Hold on, let's scroll through when Fury drops. Okay, here we go. So it's that left hand. Watch it. Bink right over there on the side of the head. And then there goes Wilder. Fury going down and boom. This is the sign of the power of Deontay Wilder. Watch this, Jesse. How this comes in. It comes in and it hits the side and it grazes off. Could you imagine if that thing landed completely flush on the side of his head? His brains might have fell out of his fucking ear.
Nah, he would have just gotten him back up like a zombie.
But there goes Fury down. So now we're 1-1. Boom! Right down to the mat. And look at this walk-off by... Look at that. If that is not epic... Now, if this is an MMA fight, okay, if this is an MMA fight, I mean, Deontay Wilder gets on top of him, pounds his head into the mat, the fight's over. You know, but this is boxing here. Look at this. Right over, like, right down. And he just walks off like a stud. This is what made this fight so much fun. So exciting. You know, one knockdown for Fury, and then boom, Wilder returns the favor. Epic stuff. We got, oh shit.
I've got a smartphone and I need
A time machine.
yeah.
You mother of the straight jacket, you punk ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy. You faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe.
Roberto.
Fuck you, ass for everybody. You bitch. Come on, you bitch. You scared coward. You not man enough to fuck with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, one of favorite boxers. Floyd passed the torch to Canelo after what whoopin'.
It seems like that, right? After the beating, a young Canelo Alvarez loses to Floyd, and now look at Canelo. I mean, superstar Canelo Alvarez. It's true. Thank you, Roberto Hernandez, with the 1995. My man. And that is a boxing fan that gets it.
Kainoto.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here we go.
I have some hardcore boxing fan friends and not one of them had a bad thing to say about Fury. The dude came in prepared. He used his way to his advantage. It could have worked against him, but Wilder didn't do his homework. Wilder got schooled.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And by the way, Kainoto is someone that picked Deontay Wilder. Give him respect to Fury. And what we're targeting is, we're saying boxing fans this and that, but we were targeting, for the most part, boxing YouTube channels. Is someone I'm really zoning in on, because they are giving out trash content on a regular, and people are consuming and just scooping it into their fucking eyeballs. Terrible. Find me one good boxing channel, please. Please send it to me in my DM so I can
Thank
be
you.
wrong here. Nicole Wilson is a member. Yeah, baby. Nicole, thank you very much.
Nicole already
I thought
a
Nicole
member?
was a member, yeah. Or maybe she re-upped. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate that. You're a sweetheart.
Super chat.
Lil D coming in.
I sent you guys a package.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Wonderful.
You know what? We were supposed to go today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We're going to go one of these days. We got some packages there. But thank you. That's very nice of you.
We gotta check that oops box, Moss.
Yeah, there's a address. Oh, shit. I spelled something wrong. Do you have the computer? Oh, she's
nope.
got it. All right. There's in the description. I noticed afterwards. I spelled fight. FUGHT after I spelled it correct.
Foot.
I don't even know. I was sitting on the bowl and I was just scrolling through. I was like, how did I
Foot.
Yeah, I got to fix that. Anyway. Okay, so anyone saw that. My bad.
Wonderful.
Wilder has the touch of death, but the dude put more thought into his gay beast master mask than he did in having a plan B, C and D. Fury wore him out to the point where that death touch was completely neutralized.
It was.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about Wilder, and a lot of people were saying it on Saturday night that he was a one-trick pony, and they're not wrong. Wilder really only has that hook to depend on, especially when he's up against someone like Fury. You know, Fury's just he's a beast inside the ring.
It's not just a hook. It's not just a hook.
I mean, let's be real.
It's his hands.
He's really just got to catch his opponent, and they're out. But other than that, I mean, he can be knocked out. We saw that on Saturday night, and honestly, other than that, if he doesn't catch his opponent, then he just goes the distance in the fight. You know?
Okay, hold on. Someone said Teddy Atlas channel. Okay, I'm with you. I like Teddy Atlas. Even though he's yelling
Who's
the
Teddy Atlas?
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's that old dude, old-time boxing guy. Sometimes I completely disagree with him, but I got to say this. I like him. I like the fact
I don't even know who that
because
is.
he does flip-flop. He goes back and forth. I never feel like he's completely fully biased in situations. Teddy Atlas is not bad, but there are times I completely disagree with the guy. But yeah, I like Teddy Atlas. I never watch his YouTube channel, but yeah, he's a nuthead. I think that's why I like him. He's crazy. Okay, so we saw that knockdown. So they're 1-1 apiece, and here we go again. Now, after that knockdown of Deontay Wilder, what does he follow it up with in the same round, collecting a 10 fucking 7? Check this out over here. I mean, this is crazy. The same round, So Tyson regroups. The left misses. Yeah, and he's just Wilder. This is one thing about Wilder. The dude just
he puts everything into his punches.
But when you're thinking technique, like, is there really tech? This is like,
what, you think he's reckless?
He just doesn't give a fuck. Like, and here's my problem here. Like, you don't see Tyson Fury whipping punches like this, you know. But when you have that deadly power of Deontay Wilder, it doesn't matter. You just got to connect. It's kind of like Ngannou.
Yeah.
You just got to connect, and that's what the beautiful part about watching Wilder. And here
Moss,
he goes.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And it's sort of relevant, but as a man and as a father, if your child was watching you fight and you knew your child watched you get knocked out, how would that make you feel as a man inside?
Well, the fact that I even got in between...
Because your job as the man... Sorry. Your job... I'm only thinking about this. I don't know why I'm thinking about this.
Can't even answer.
The only reason I'm thinking about it is because I feel like the man's job of the household is to protect, right? Like, to protect their family and stuff like that. So, like, there's an image that the child has of the father to be the protector. But then if the child sees the father get knocked out, wouldn't you think your child, like, thinks that you're weak?
I would feel like I disappointed my kid, but at the end of the day, the fact that I even made the walk is such a badass thing.
Yeah.
Like this, that's how I would think. I would never want to lose in front of my kid, of course, just because I'm a competitive person.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: if another man was better than me that night, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
So that's what I would teach my kid. I would say, hey, listen, I was good enough to get in there.
Yeah.
I wasn't good enough on that night. That other person was better than me, and that's a lesson you learn. But I made it to the big freaking dance.
Right.
And not many people could say they did
But
that.
don't you think that your child would think that you can't protect them anymore because you got knocked out by another
Because
man?
if you think about it, if you're fighting in between the ropes, under the big lights, you're the best of the best.
Yeah.
You lose to one guy. That doesn't mean that Joe Schmo on the street's going to knock you out.
Yeah, that's true.
That means Joe Schmo on the street's going to get his ass fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you make that walk, that's all that matters. You make the big dance, that's what matters.
Yeah. I always wondered about that. Like how men, because they're the protector of the household. They protect their wives and their children. That's their, like, their duty,
They don't
right?
give a shit.
So
They
I
don't
always
give- it's
wondered
just
if
pride.
they lost in front of their children or their wives, like how do they feel? Do they feel weak? Do they feel like they're being seen as weak by their family, or
Listen,
how do they handle it?
I would do a whole show over that, but I can't. We have literally 15 minutes left. We got on one topic, and we're still trying to get through this fight over here.
Yeah.
All right. So here is Deontay Wilder versus Fury. This is the third knockdown. Right before the third knockdown happens. Okay. There he goes. Hits him with a little uppercut. They break. Now here comes over the top Tyson Fury, and Wilder just absorbs it. All right. Let's get to the knockdown here now. Whoa. I mean, how quick does this thing come in? Bang! Side of the head. By the way, weren't they criticizing of Wilder of clubbing shots? Is that not
wait, when were they doing that?
I mean, am I not mistaken? Am I not wrong? But does this not look like a club to the side of the head? Is that? No, is anyone even talking about
I don't know.
this?
It looks like a pretty fair.
Yeah,
right
that's
hook.
a regular punch, right? It's not a clubbing shot. I mean, McGregor got held for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then he gets dropped. Is that a legal punch? Let me know honestly in the chat. Is that legal? I mean, I saw Conor do it, and it seemed like it was wrong. But that seems like a fucking side of the fucking glove. That's the exact same thing that he was accusing Fury of, right? Anyway, Fury goes down. That's the second time in that round over there. And now he just walks off like a G again. Look at Fury's face. He's like, come on. Let me know in the chat to the boxing fans out there. I'm actually curious because, like I said, side of the head legal. No, I'm saying how he's throwing the punch. So, because he was accusing Fury when he was coming in, he was accusing Fury of hitting like with this part of the glove instead of this. He's hitting with this like a clubbing shot to the side. Is that called a rabbit punch? Maybe. I would imagine that is legal because I thought when Fury was throwing, I thought it was fine. And with the knockdown happened, I thought, but just seeing it right now in slow motion, I'm curious. Is that because he was complaining with Fury doing that, now he's doing it. So I guess it didn't work out well for him in the long run. Okay, so I think the consensus is it's legal. Only a matter if they use the instant replay, or they use the instant replay. Is that what you said? Anyway, this is the second knockdown. So when this happened, now I have to say this: if you're a Fury fan, did your heart not drop over here? If you're a Wilder fan, you're just collecting the money at the bank, bang, and the side of the head. There he goes. He goes down. He is down. It's illegal because Fury is white. Okay, we're gonna finish that conversation, but it's just kind of wild. So if you think about it. Fury changed the gloves to be like Wilder. He lands a strike that was very similar to a Wilder punch. dropping on Fury. Okay, so things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good for Deontay Wilder. What do you think about this knockdown, the second one? Were you like, oh, that's it for Fury, Jess?
I thought every time Fury got a little wobble that it was going to be it. But Fury's like a zombie, man, so can't doubt him.
Okay, so that's number 3. I see Drunk Savage saying Luke Rockhold is out of UFC 268. Oh, God. That is... Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is number 1 bullshit.
I was actually really looking forward to that fight. Okay, so now we are 3 knockouts in. And Tyson Fury gets dropped 2 times in 1 round. After dropping Wilder, Wilder comes back and drops him in 2 in 1 round. I mean, it doesn't get more exciting than that. And then we got this over here. Let's fast forward. What the fuck? We got Fox. No, I guess it's not. What the fuck am I looking at here? Well, there's a big... oh, this is a stun. All right, what the hell are we doing here?
That one.
This one here. Alrighty. I should be looking through this beforehand. Okay, so here we go. So ducking in. How about the head movement by Fury in this fight?
He had great head movement throughout the entire fight.
He was like a freaking Jedi. Look at whoa!
Yeah.
Whoop! Whoa! Right, anyway. And then here we go. Fury waits, resets, and boom! Oh my goodness. Holding on for dear life down to the ground. I mean, look at this freaking... This is levels to this game. To the people that pick Deontay Wilder, you need your freaking head examined. Listen, Deontay's got crazy power. He connects with that thing. Fury's probably dead. His legs and his whole body is just lifted into the rafters. But what happens when you're a better boxer, better head, whoop, up over the top? I mean, how beautiful is that? Boom! Straight down. Begging for mercy. Now we're 2-2. 2 fucking 2. Okay, where is the final here? So is this the final...
Yeah.
This is it, right? The final exchange. So I had him against the ropes. This is in round 11. A war back and forth the whole freaking time. Wilder is done here, man. He is just so done, just hanging on for dear life. And there it is. The right hand. And there he goes, holding on to the ropes.
Bye-bye, Wilder.
And down to the ground. You see the fans getting up. I mean...
Night-night.
I'm getting chills watching this here. This was some competition. And I got to give credit. I don't want to just keep shitting on Wilder here. I got to give credit to Deontay. If he didn't step in this fight and take it as serious as he did, it wouldn't be this exciting.
Yeah.
He had Fury in that round. What was it? I can't remember the round that he had the 2 knockdowns. What round was that?
I don't know.
What round was that? That was... I can't remember. Anyway, help me in the chat if you remember that round. But, man, I want to watch that fight again. It was seriously one of the best boxing fights I've ever seen. I'll be talking about this for years. I really will. I mean, I love the first 2 fights. I enjoyed the first 2 very much. The first one was a hell of a lot of fun, where Fury was beating him up and then gets dropped at the very end in the dramatic rise. But, oh, my God. It's the 4th? Thank you. The 11th. Thank you. The 4th. Thank you. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, I do want to take phone calls tonight. We have other stories to get into. Let's blast into those, and hopefully we get some saves tonight. The fans won is for sure. Worth the 80, really.
Did you ever seen the video where Teddy Atlas called MMA fighters caveman? Excuse me, Teddy Atlas is a bully boy muppet.
He was pretty hard on MMA, and now he's embracing it. It's pretty crazy, though. Maybe that's why I don't care anymore. He's embracing it. If you can't beat him, join him, you know?
Super chat.
I truck with the 199, Jess. Look at that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, we'll catch up on some donos here, and then we'll get to the next story. But listen, if we save the show, we'll go deep into the evening.
Super chat.
Zoman59.
Glad to be with you all. Will you give a shout out to my daughter Aowen? She just turned 7. She loves you guys. She's daddy whole heart. Aowen.
Aowen.
Aowen? Is that how you say the name?
Aowen.
Okay, Aowen. Would you like to start this?
Shout out, Aowen.
Aowen.
I hope you're wonderful.
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 Thank you for the donation. And shout out to Aowen. Even Ellie. You see that? A little
Ellie's giving Aowen a shout out.
A 5-month-old is shouting out your daughter as well. So look at that. Friends for life.
Wonderful.
Teddy Atlas made me change my mind about holding Mike Tyson as the best HW of all time. What he said about overcoming adversity in the ring and being the best was spot on. Tyson never could do it. Fury did. Wilder has, and so have a few others.
Yeah, listen, I know I'm going to be controversial here. Mike Tyson is my personal favorite. When I was a kid growing up, it was a moment when Mike Tyson fought, the world stopped. It was so freaking exciting. He was so powerful. The guy was dominant, just destroying human beings. But as an all-around boxer, a prime Tyson Fury, who is 6'9". And where's Mike Tyson? How tall is Mike Tyson? Is he 5'10"? How tall is Iron Mike? Which, you know, it could be problematic because you got a guy that's so tall against a guy that's short and stocky and compact with the uppercut. That could be a problem. But I think Tyson Fury wins. Maybe I'm crazy. I love Mike Tyson. Love him. I mean, you have limited Mike Tyson. What would you say?
So we're talking in terms of prime Mike Tyson?
Who wins prime? 5'10". Okay. Stops me from looking it up.
Oof.
5'10" versus 6'9". A man that came at
tough.
277 pounds.
I mean, Fury.
I hate
Fury
this.
gets the
It
win.
hurts my soul because I love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is the best. But I would have to go Fury above. Let me know in the chat what you would say. And it does. It bothers me to even say that. Okay. I guess we agree with Teddy Atlas. Let's talk about Chuck Liddell. Do you have the story on Chucky Boy?
I do, yes, sir. Hold on one second.
It's a shame, man. We have what's his name? Michael Pena or Violent Bob Ross? What's his name?
By the way, before we get to Chuck Liddell, did you see what Merab Dvalishvili did?
I saw the dancing video.
No.
Oh, the ice. That's old.
I know, but it just now came out on the article. This is the first time I've ever seen it.
He was on Ariel Talk. It's an old thing. It's like a year old.
What was he thinking?
I don't know. We'll do it next show. We have limited time.
All right, so let's get into Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, remind us on Wednesday. We'll show it.
Yeah. So, according to Tyler Conway of the Bleacher Report, UFC Hall of Famer Chuck Liddell was arrested for an alleged domestic violence case. However, that's not according to Chuck Liddell.
This is like contagious. Yeah, Jon Jones. So what's Violent Bob Ross? What the hell's his name?
Luis Pena.
Luis Pena, that guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he got the same thing. He got nailed. What the hell are these people beating up their bitches? What's going on?
Mike Perry.
Do you think like people are blaming CTE? I don't know, man.
I think fighters just have a violence streak, you know?
You think they're just violent human beings?
Yeah. UFC Hall of Famer Chuck Liddell was arrested on domestic violence charges on Monday in Los Angeles. TMZ Sports reported Liddell was allegedly involved in an argument with his wife that became physical. A judge set bail for $20,000. According to the TMZ report, Liddell's wife did not require medical attention. No further details were released on the matter. Liddell and his wife Heidi have been together for more than a decade. The 51-year-old has fought only once since 2010, with his most recent bout coming in 2018 against Tito. Now, Moss read something, and it's not in this article, about how Chuck Liddell was taking responsibility for this.
Yeah,
or I'm
hold on,
sorry,
I'll pull it up.
he was taking responsibility for it, but he didn't actually do it, and he was putting the responsibility on his wife.
Yeah, check this out.
So,
I don't know if he's following. Do we follow? Ellie loves this story.
All right. So he said last night the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department deputies who responded were professional. While the information about this case will be revealed in due course, I believe it is important to convey and clarify a few facts about the situation. I was the victim of the incident last night at our family home, as details of the case will reveal. The deputies informed me that my wife would be arrested as I did not respond to her assault. While I sustained bruising and lacerations, I volunteered to go in her place. This was one of the many times I have tried to shield a family mental health issue from the public purview. It has become painfully apparent that this cannot continue as our private life has now reached a public breaking point. Please respect our privacy as I help to navigate our family through this difficult time.
Now, I read this, and of course, this doesn't sound like Chuck Liddell actually said it. It sounds like his people put this thing together and said, okay, this is what we're going to say. But from reading this, listen, I can't jump on Chucky Boy right yet. Jesse brought something up and said, hey, how do they still, even though he took the arrest and, you know, he says he took it, they were going to lock up his wife, but they had to take someone, so they took him. That does sound a little weird.
Yeah, the police have to have, without a reasonable doubt, that you did something in order for them to take you in. They won't just arrest you because you said, hey, take me. They don't do that.
No, but they got called for it, and they probably thought that, listen, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. They probably thought the situation was unsafe for both of them to be in the same place.
So they take the innocent?
Maybe they're like, well, all right, we'll take one of you out. You know, maybe that's what they did. I don't know. I don't know the story. And it does seem fishy from, you know, this response sounds very like a lawyer, very much like a lawyer or his publicist or whatever wrote this thing. But if you can, when you're not talking, just shut your mic. That's all. So we don't blow your eardrums. The baby has a lot to say these days.
I'm really sorry, guys. like selfishly, I want to be part of the show. But if she continues this, I have to leave, which I really don't want to do. So
the baby has a lot. This is her first stages on talking. She just screams like a lunatic, just like ah. Like she has a lot to say. Anyway, she can't formulate words, so we apologize. But when it comes to Chuck Liddell, if this is correct here, and listen, like I kind of get it, man. Like there's just so much, like people, like when you're in a relationship, you're stressed out, your emotions are high, you act irrational, crazy stuff. I'm not saying that, it's okay to hit a woman. I'm not saying any of that. But at the same time, Chuck is playing the victim in this situation. It seems funny because he's a legendary UFC fighter. So how the fuck could you be a victim in domestic violence and be the man? But it is possible. It is very, very possible for a man to be abused by a woman. So we got to get the rest of the story. We don't know. So I'm not going to criticize Chuck yet. I want to know.
Give it time. I give it 24 to 48 hours. We're going to get a whole new story coming out. And I always say with these situations, there's 3 sides to every story. But in these cases, there's 4 because you got the police and then you got the 2 sides of the victims or the abuser, and then you've got the truth. So it's hard to determine what actually happened.
And it looks like it's been squashed. Here we go. When it comes to domestic violence calls, someone has to go to jail now. See, look at this. That's not an excuse. It can be the case. They don't always care who goes. They have to separate them. There you go. See, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know what the laws are in whatever state Chuck Liddell lives in, but I know here in Arizona, they don't do that. If the victim says, "Hey, take me," because they're trying to protect their abuser, they won't take them to jail. They'll tell them they need to get a hotel and they need to remove themselves, and they'll make sure that they do that. But they will not take them to jail. I have never heard of that.
It's
now I'm sure it's probably different in other states.
I have a feeling it's the truth. I think that
here they wouldn't do that.
Now I'm not saying that Chuck didn't do anything wrong. He could have, but I think that what they said in the chat is correct. And someone had to go. It was probably a fucked up situation. And Chuck was like, "Okay, bitch is crazy. Take me in. For my own sanity, take me in." I wouldn't be surprised. Now Chuck Liddell, here's the flip side of it. Chuck Liddell does seem like he's got some brain damage. Like the way he's walking around and the way he forms a sentence. Dude doesn't seem like he's completely all there. So to completely take Chuck's side is rough. But right now there is no evidence. There's nothing. We don't know the full story. Whereas Jon Jones, we had a good idea of what happened as he fucking headbutted a police car prior to the. I mean, so I mean, we had a little something to work with there, and his wife had a busted lip and the whole deal. And I think they did say that Chuck had something going on him, right?
Yeah, they said that he had bruises and lacerations. And that
the Iceman.
He said he's been trying to protect mental health in his family for quite some time. So his wife's probably nuts,
I'm leaning towards that too. But could you imagine being more nuts than Chuck?
He was protecting her. But at the end of the day, I can't see why they would bring the victim to jail. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. All right, we got some more stories to get to, too. I see some donations in queue. Let's just add those to the save the show since we were a little bit late today. We were 5 minutes late. Let's do that. Before we get to that, there was something else I did want to touch on in case we don't get many saves. I hope we do because I would love to take phone calls on the topics tonight. But there was something else in here. By the way, let's give a shout out to our sponsors real quick here, Jess. A Poly Market, which we cashed in. We cashed in again. We cashed it. We just can't lose. We can't lose on the Poly Market over here. We hit on the Fury fight. It was absolutely wonderful. So we got a little Poly Market action, and check it out. We're just in the plus. Volkanovski. If we didn't bet on Nick, we'd be even higher. I don't know what the hell we would. That was a fun fan bet, but at least we covered ourselves with Volkanovski. Yeah. Fury, yeah, wonderful. Tell me some more about Poly Market.
So users can trade throughout the whole fight. There's no house, so you can trade against other people, all done on the blockchain. Polymarket is a crypto platform that lets you trade on sports, politics, current events, and more. There are a variety of markets, but right now, actually, I don't think that there is a market for the next fight coming up, but there will be a market, so keep your eyes peeled. But you can pretty much trade on any market that's listed that you see right here on the home page.
It's super simple.
To polymarket.co/MMA-holes, link in the description below, and use promo code MMA-holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES, and get up to $100 reimbursed on your first day of trading when you use that referral code.
All right, and check out Head Rush, promo code
MMAHOLES. Headrush is provider of the highest quality, authentic apparel for lifestyle, MMA, and action sports enthusiasts. Head over to Headrush with the link in the description below using promo code MMAHOLES for 20% off of your entire purchase.
All right. Also, we got MysticRootsCBD.com.
Yes, get top quality organic hemp flower, cosmetics, edibles, and more at MysticRootsCBD.com. Use promo code MMAHOLES. That's promo code MMAHOLES and get 20% off of your entire purchase.
Okay. And ESPN Plus.
For as little as $6.99 a month, you can watch all of your favorite live sports, UFC fight nights, and best of all, UFC pay-per-views along with the MMA Holes. You're also helping out the MMA Holes when you do so. So head over to ESPN Plus with the link in the description below and start watching your favorite sports today.
Okay. Yeah, I see in the chat some of the people out there saying it's worse. Like the Jon Jones situation. Yeah, you got the kids involved. There's just so many things involved in this situation. Hey, baby. How you doing? Hi. It's so great to talk about domestic violence with my wife and child. I love talking about that on there. But yeah, it does seem like a worse situation. We don't know the Chuck situation yet, so when we get more of the story, we'll talk about it. But right now, I'm going he's innocent. What do you say, Jess?
I'm going to say Chuck Liddell is innocent.
Okay, so let us know what you think in the chat. Also, Jorge Masvidal versus Leon Edwards looks to be a go. I think it's UFC 269, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. So that's wonderful, wonderful. The three-piece in the soda. Ellie's pretty excited about that, right? You excited about Jorge Masvidal? All right, let's do the save. Let's start the clock and do the save over here. Any donation that comes in, we will add to the clock. We'd love to take phone calls till deep into the evening. So let's get the party rolling. We're going to start the clock here and start the donations up. Here we go.
Super chat.
Super duper chat. Jean Paul.
The truth is scary. That's why we fight. Be great, MMA Holes.
That's right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Be fucking great.
What? What does that even mean?
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. The truth is scary. That's why we fight.
Hold on. Let me put your mic on.
Well, no, because she's going to scream in their ears.
Okay.
Pretty sure you guys don't want to hear that.
She's huffing and puffing right now. Look at her. She's foaming at the mouth. All right, any save that comes in, so we have 5 guaranteed minutes. If any donations come in after the buzzer, we will add on to the clock. So guaranteed 5 minutes. Thank you, Jean-Paul Lescaut. Let's get back into the news. What other stories? Let's throw another story in here real quick.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, let me move on over here then for you. So if you actually move back up on the story list.
Any Fury Wilder, or did we touch on?
I think there was a Fury Wilder in here. Well, it was more like what's next for them, which is kind of what we've already discussed. Also, Wilder made a statement after the KO loss saying he came to lean on me. That's what. He
came to lean on me? That's what he said? So I broke my hand and he came to lean on me.
According to Ryan Harkness of MMA Mania.
Whoa, hold on. We got to save. 10 more minutes. Because of Uncle Mike.
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air. Flapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman. Show them tits. Yeah. Pervert cameraman. $10 tip. Pervert cameraman.
Ariane Celeste.
Show them breasts.
Boobies. Thank you,
Today
Mike.
started my new job. I am my own bossy. I'm doing handyman work now. I love.
Well, that's wonderful. Hey, shout out to Mike. Congratulations on the new job. You're your own boss. There's nothing more rewarding than being your own boss. So congratulations to Mike H. Uncle Mike with the $10 pervert cameraman. We have 15 minutes of show courtesy of Mike and Jean-Paul Lescaut. If you want to increase the time, drop a dono and say save the show. All right, let's get back into what Jesse was talking about.
Yeah, so basically, this is what he said. And bear with me. Okay, it says, I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. I'm not sure what happened. I know that in training he did certain things.
Here, give it to me. I'll take the... This is crazy. Hold on a second, Jesse. We got another donation coming in.
Robert 12.
Yes! Hearns. The $30. Yes! Drop the Hearns in the chat.
Robert Irish whiskey. Proper 12.
Thank you so much, Roberto.
Save the show.
Save the fucking show. Let's go. Hearn's in the chat. Being a hero. 45 minutes. You're guaranteed 45 minutes of extra show. We will do the phone calls, and we'll get back into the story. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that. Hearns is a G. All right, back into the story.
All right, so he said, I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. I'm not sure what happened. I know that in training he did certain things, and I also knew that he didn't come in at 277 to be a ballet dancer. He came to lean on me, try to rough me up, and he succeeded. I went over to shake his hand and say, well done, and he was like, no, I don't respect you. This is what Fury said, by the way. Fury said Wilder said he doesn't respect him. Fury continued by saying, I was like, how can you say I've cheated when you know in your own heart and your full team knows that you just got beat fair and square? So it's just like he's a sore loser in boxing. I'm sure he's not the first one and he won't be the last.
Mr. Rivera!
Watch out, here he comes with the wrench friend, heart and soul of the holes, Mrs. Steely girlfriend. Time out, trolls. Welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even comprehend. Bust and grow, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room's stoned. Hold up, save the show, for the tales will be told about Michelangelo.
Canelo would be McGregor in a street fight. STS.
Canelo would beat McGregor in a street fight. No. 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 Nope. 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 Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I disagree on that one. In a boxing, yes, he destroys him. 100%. He would hurt Conor in a boxing fight. But stop that, Stevie boy. 65 minutes. 65 minutes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's finish up the story, and then we'll take the phone calls over here. Is that it with the story? Oh, she just, what the fuck? Not only, it's all over your face, kiddo. She just projectile sneezed all over us. A little treat from Ellie. So she is wonderful, wonderful. Look, what do you think about Ariel, Ellie, over there? Ariel. Anyway, all right, we're going to get back. We're going to take some phone calls. Thank you guys for saving the show. Really appreciate that. And I want to know your thoughts on this fight that happened Saturday night. I noticed the excuses are flying already. Deontay Wilder, zip that shit. Zip it.
She's telling you to watch your language.
Zip that poopy, right? Although, I've read multiple articles lately that cursing in front of your kid actually there's nothing wrong with that. Did you know that?
No, but it teaches them that language early on that I'd really rather prefer, I'd really prefer her not use that language for a while.
You teach your kid that you're the adult, they're the child, so they're not allowed to.
That means nothing. When I left my parents' house to go hang out with my friends, I was cursing like 24/7.
So did I. But I never cursed in front of my parents because I'm a mature young man. Now I curse like crazy in front of my parents. But anyway, we'll see you after the break.
My name is Mystic. What's your name, and how can I help you?
No, I mean, this is Lone Wolf, a.k.a. Allheart, a.k.a. Lone Wolf, a.k.a. Silver Carl.
How's it going, Silver Carl?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, my name's Casper, and I'm a ghost.
Sean, how are you tonight?
Nice. Which one's having?
Yo, Drunk, what's up?
Yeah, this is DIAZ. I have a beach problem. Okay, well, this is a real gamer. Red, your voice sounds a lot faggier on the phone.
Hey, it's MJ, the artist formerly known as Kevin Lee. How you doing?
Hey, my name's Dan. I got a question.
Yo, Sanosi.
What's up, Sanosi?
What's up, you guys? It's Justin James. Hey, guys. It's Kevin from Denver. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, hello, Mustafa.
832, you're live with the Mma-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? It's Pulse.
What's up, Pulse?
Hey, Pulse.
Clocks. Hey, it's good luck.
Alexander.
What am I, chopped liver?
We're celebrating.
Ole.
Yeah, baby.
617, you're live with the Mma-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Michelangelo from Boston.
No way! Michael Anzalone, you just gave me butterflies when I heard your voice.
Michael, welcome to the show.
Huh?
It's the knitter.
Hello, that is how you just. Hi, Jesse.
Hit the like button, you folks. This is the double champ. Yeah, I want to talk to you. You know I'm not big on talking about fighting that much, but...
This is Jeremiah.
Hey, it's Kevin from Chicago.
Nothing. Gotta talk about these fights real quick.
It's Michael.
Jesus Christ. I'm over here trying to stay awake and shit. Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was doing it for you, huh?
Like, no one cares, Justin. Who the fuck's he talking about? Brooklyn Dodgers? Who the fuck them? I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, he thought the Brooklyn Dodgers should be the ring girl of the year. All right,
that horse.
Okay, Chrome, thank you, man.
Wait, he has stuff to talk about. He's making fun of Justin for don't hang up on him.
Hey.
Anything else?
Stay white.
Okay, I appreciate that.
516-522-0267. We're going to be talking a lot about Fury versus Wilder. We got some other MMA stuff to talk about as well on top of the boxing. But there was a couple of things that we brought up early in the stream, and I want to get your opinions on them. As Tyson Fury put on a fantastic show, but needed a dance partner. The dance partner is Deontay Wilder. People didn't want that fight to happen. I thought they were freaking crazy, and they were crazy. Saturday night proved that that was the fight that boxing needed. That's the fight that the fans needed. It was such a good competition. If you missed it, please go back and watch it. Now, spoiler alert, we spoiled the whole entire fight tonight. In fact, we, basically went through all the knockdowns, but it was fantastic. And if we see more of this, I'm in. I always liked heavyweight boxing. I was always a fan of it. I like the threat that a split second, one punch could put another human being down for good. It's just so much fun to watch heavyweight boxing when you have elite athletes like these guys. And now we're going to talk about the aftermath. As Tyson Fury gets the win. The sportsmanship is kind of sus with Deontay Wilder making excuses already, which is it's an incredible disappointment. But if he was being creative with his excuses, I think we could have a little fun with it. But it's just it's getting bad right now. All right, why does that time look like that? Let's go like this. So 1 hour and 5 minutes. There we go. Start that fucking clock. Thank you again for extending the show, and hit the like button if you haven't done so. Also, in the chat, if you're here for the first time, jumping in from that Saturday stream, just put a 1. I want to know where the new people are at over here. And if you are, welcome to the stream. All right, let me set up this call. All right, that should be good, and away we go.
Call from.
Let me see.
To accept, press 1.
Oh, Manny C, to start off the show's phone calls. How you doing, buddy?
Well, not to start because he's not on that song, that beautiful song at the starting.
Oh, yes, that is true. That is true. You're not in that song. That's right.
So he's a non-star.
Well, I said to start the show. I said to start. I never told you to start. Yeah.
Start of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. I apologize.
Just don't do it again. All right, go ahead. What do you got, buddy?
Oh, no, I was just unrelated to the show. I just saw that John Gruden got fired or resigned.
Did he really?
It's crazy. Yeah. He's
what?
no longer the head coach. Yeah, because apparently there was more to emails. He referred to Goodell as a faggot and a clueless anti-football pussy. And then
little Chucky. Wow.
According to Yahoo News, this isn't me saying this.
That's pretty freaking funny.
And then he also took aim at then St. Louis Rams head coach Jeff Fisher to draft queers, a reference to openly gay college player Michael Sam drafted in 2014. Yeah, so apparently you can't put that in an email.
Yeah, that might be wrong.
You'll get fired.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Jesus, what a mess. All right, anyway, what else we got here?
Hey, what a fight, man! What a fight! I mean, that was as exciting. I mean, they put on a show the last 3 fights. I think the last exciting heavyweight fight that I saw was that one, and Joshua. I mean, like you said, the heavyweight division is exciting. Those very top tier dudes.
Yeah.
Joshua Reese. Yeah.
Why did it take so long?
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate. No one wants to fight anyone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
guess when
the problem with boxing.
when Klitschko was doing his thing, I mean, he was just beating everybody, right? So maybe Klitschko was ruining everything. I don't know, but I feel like it's like it's back, man. That superstar heavyweight where it's just so many fun characters that we can latch onto, and these two at the top of the heat. I would watch any of these fights, Tyson and Deontay.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great point for it because during the Klitschko area, no one, there was like, it seemed like for 10 years there weren't any good boxers, heavyweight boxers other than Klitschko. Mm-hmm. And he'd go and like beat them up with a jab, you know, jab, right hand.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, and you know, I thought Fury could have used his, you know, when he fought in the second fight, he was pressing Wilder a lot more, using his jab, boxing a lot more. I think in this fight, I don't know why he didn't do the same thing in a way. I mean, he fought brilliantly, you know, 9 out of 10 for Fury, if not 10 out of 10. But I thought he could have used his jab more, right? Because his jab was hurting Wilder. What do you think?
Those body shots, I don't think he was ready for Wilder to keep on whipping him into the body in the first round. It seemed like that caught him off guard. He had that redness that was appearing in the first round from getting constantly hitting the same spot in the belly. And it seemed like it threw him off his game a little bit. But as the fight progressed, it definitely felt like the momentum was changing. But when Wilder knocks him down 2 times in the fourth, my goodness, was that not an epic moment? I mean, Wilder looked like he was going to be collecting a W there. Fury was trying to shake off the cobwebs, dust his brain off, and get back up to the feet 2 times. I mean, how does he bounce back? And then Fury shows his heart and bounces back in that fight. I mean, it was so good to watch. So much fun.
Yeah, I mean, Fury's the Undertaker, man. Seriously, I mean, he rose from the dead in that last one. And these, you know, he like took his time. He's like, all right, it hurt. Let me get up, right? And there he goes again.
Yeah.
You know, and man, what heart Wilder showed, you know?
Oh, yeah. Listen, like I said before, we can sit here and just shit on Deontay Wilder for making excuses, but at the end of the day, if Fury did not have Wilder as a dance partner in those 3 fights, it would not have been as much fun. I mean, Deontay Wilder was the yin to the yang in that situation. It was fantastic to watch those two compete 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see it, but also, man, I mean, Wilder's technique is pure shit, you know?
Yeah, I was just showing
the
her.
one thing.
Yeah, I was showing it earlier. I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, he just wings punches. Like, I did like how he started with the jab to the body. I did enjoy that. You know, like I was like, wow, look at this guy. He's sticking to a game plan. And then as soon as it started to become a little more of a fight, or you know what happened? It was the clinch. It did seem like that clinch work by Fury, just constantly whipping those uppercuts in there. And Deontay stunned him with a couple too. But I think the clinch work was the difference in this fight. And that slowed Deontay down with the whole game plan. He went off his game plan and then decided to start winging some haymakers.
Yeah, no, that was a great. I thought, you know, with the added weight, I think, what was it, Fury added, he was 40 pounds heavier last time, and I think he was heavier now. And I mean, that was like in MMA, you know, you go, you wrap up on them, you hug on them, you have them carry you.
Yeah.
That tires the hell out of you.
Absolutely.
It was a smart game plan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it really was. Fury wasn't completely happy with his performance, but, you know, when you got 2 guys that were disappointed with some things that they did, and it just wound up being the perfect storm. It was great. I mean, I can't remember a fight that gave you everything. This fight legit gave you everything that you want in a boxing fight. You know, it checked all the boxes.
I mean, I'd be a bigger fan of Wilder. I mean, he super impressed me because, you know, if you think about it, no fighter is the same after a knockout and after a brutal beating like that. If you notice, like, fighters change their styles, you know. It's like they never want to feel that again, obviously.
Yeah.
But he went in there and he was willing to go out on his shield. The only thing I don't like about him is the constant excuses. And, I mean, they are just ridiculous. I mean, it was one thing after another. The suit, the glove. I mean, he came up, and his fans are even more delusional if you watch on YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube boxing channels, they're unwatchable.
Oh, man, they're they're retarded. I mean, you can't use that word anymore, but it's sickening.
It's
but
crazy.
hey, you know what?
Yeah.
The fight that I think is going to live up to it, that for the UFC, I think that's the best fight of the year will be, but Paulo Costa versus Marvin Vettori coming up, in 2 weeks?
I think
Who you got?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, it's an interesting fight. I do have Paulo Costa in that fight, but Vettori knows how to win decisions, and if it goes Vittori's way, it might not be the best of fights. Because we've seen a reluctant Paulo Costa, which kind of makes me scratch my head. And if he does the same thing with Vettori and he's reluctant and Vittori's just, doing his Vettori thing of winning decisions over and over again, I don't know how great that fight's going to be. It is on the same night as we have XMMA as well, so we're going to be very busy that night.
I think it might be fight of the year.
What? Wait.
Yeah, Paulo Costa in the UFC versus Vettori.
Wait, help me out. Listen, I think Paulo Costa is a beast, but fight of the year against Vettori, I can't remember the last fantastic Vettori fight. What was the best Vettori fight? I can't even think off the top of my head.
Well, I think Vettori comes to fight. I hope he doesn't start doing takedowns, but I think Paulo Costa will encourage that slugfest. So if Vittori's game, this has fight of the year.
If this is fight of the year, I swear we will. If this fight turns out to be one of the greatest fights of the year, we will definitely send you a shirt because I don't see this happening in any way. You're definitely have a crystal ball in front of you because I don't know how that really works. I think Paulo Costa is an animal. I really do. But fight of the year, that seems a little off to me. But all right, we'll see what happens.
I'm calling, man. I'm gonna have you and JBM autograph it. That's how good the fight's gonna be.
All right, we'll do that. All right, anything else?
You know who will be? No, that's last thing, Chuck, man. We'll see what happens, but man, you know what? Here we go, another story. But I knew a lot when I went to college. A lot of the girls used to live in San Luis Obispo, knew him and dated Chuck, and everyone told me that he was a disgusting pig of a man.
Really?
Yeah. My personal trainer. She said that all her friends dated him at one time, and he was just a piece of work.
Really?
And he was at one of her mud wrestling shows one time, which she thought was weird because it's a bunch of 22-year-olds, and there's Chuck who's like 40.
Okay. Well, listen, that's an interesting story right there. I would like to know more about that. Now, Maddie, why aren't these people calling into the show? These are the people we need to talk to.
You know what? There was a chick. Yeah, there was a chick that dated him, and apparently he warns everyone that he would kick their ass if they tried dating her. Which she thought. I mean, like she was the only chick he was dating, right?
Okay, Maddie, you got to set us up with this chick. You said she's a personal trainer.
Well, she didn't date him. She was the person that her friends did.
Oh, so it's like she heard from another person that this is the situation.
No, everyone in that town is San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like.
But I know a friend of the girl that used to date him. Who knows? Maybe I don't know if she'd want to be on a show and start talking about Chuck.
Right.
This was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, I need to know the person actually dated him. I don't want to have the friend of the friend. I can't do that because then it's kind of. All right. Anyway, Manny, listen. Thank you. Anything else?
No, that's it, man. Hey, thanks for taking my call.
All right, Manny C coming in. What do you think? Vettori versus Costa, fight of the year. I mean, Costa's pretty, he's aggressive, although we saw some weirdness in the fight with Adesanya. If he doesn't have any wine, maybe he will. I don't know. Fight of the year, though? I think it's a decision.
Pulse.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hello, Pulse. Welcome to the MMA-Holes Live.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
How are you, my friend?
Wonderful square.
Nice. All right, what's going on?
Okay, so did I hear you say earlier that you believe that Tyson Fury would beat Mike Tyson?
Yes, and it pains me to say it. It pains me to say it. Why?
No, I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
Well, who do you think would win? Prime Mike Tyson, prime Tyson Fury. Who would win that fight?
Well, what I call prime Tyson, oh man, I don't want to take up too much time. It's maybe I should make a video about this.
Okay, make a video.
Okay, I'll do that. But no, I would pick Mike for reasons. But yeah. So the fight, man. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah. So Wilder is the second best heavyweight on the planet. We know that now. I give it up to Fury. He did that. He went in there and did the job.
That's right. You were pulling for Wilder, right? You picked Wilder in the fight?
Well, yeah, I picked Wilder by knockout.
Okay. Which is not impossible, right? I mean, he dropped him twice in one round, so I get that. But as the fight progressed, what'd you think?
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. The way Fury, the way he beat Klitschko to get the belt, the original belts, he used a lot of nuance and footwork, and he was, you know, pull counters. He was there. He was not there. You know, he put on a clinic. It was crazy to see a guy his size, you know, is 4 inches taller and he would be 7 feet tall. So it was crazy to see a guy his size with footwork like that, right?
Yeah.
But in this fight, you know, Wilder says that he was weighed down in the second fight because of that costume he wore, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was weighed down in this fight from wearing a Tyson Fury suit the whole fight.
That's true. That is true. Definitely played a part.
You remember that? Did you ever see the movie Ace Ventura 2?
Yeah.
You remember when that guy had on Tommy Davidson as a backpack?
Yes, I do remember that. Fantastic movie.
Yeah, that's what that was like. So he basically wore him. It's not the Tyson that we used to see. That's a different guy. Now he's a weight bully. He just leans on you. Sort of like what Roy Nelson used to do. He used to put his gut on people, and it was like nothing you could do.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're fighting the hardest hitter in heavyweight history, right, and that guy has bulked up, and he put on some more mass to really take your head off, what are you going to do, stand and trade with that guy? No, you're going to try to. You're going to use your 6'9", 277 pounds and just keep weighing on that man. But here's the problem. I've seen fighters lay on other fighters for 12 straight rounds and not throw a punch, just kind of just laying on them, pushing them against the ropes, not do anything. Fury was very active in the clinch, and so was Wilder. Wilder was aggressive in the clinch as well, and that's what made this fight fun. Even when they were clinching up, they were landing. You know, they were not just laying there huffing and puffing. It was a back and forth. The problem is, even that they're both landing, you have the bigger guys going to get the advantage. And it's another reason why I think that if Tyson Fury were to fight Mike Tyson, could you imagine 6'9", 277 pounds on that 5'10" body of Tyson? Yeah, Tyson could be ripping him to the body, but he still has that behemoth laying on him, you know, and also working as well. It's tricky.
No, that's okay. Yes, but that's not what I call prime Tyson. Prime Tyson was the peekaboo guy. After the Douglas fight, that's out of prime Tyson to me. When he fought Holyfield, that was out of prime Tyson.
I agree.
That was a different guy.
Yeah.
The younger Mike, he could evade all of that. Man, you should see some. They got clips on YouTube. The way he used to train, he could evade all of that. He would have rib roasted Tyson Fury. He would have ate him up.
I would. Yes. Listen, I think Mike Tyson to me is one of my favorite boxers of all time. This guy legit was a legend. This guy is a legend. And even the fact that he boxes now is kind of wild, and he looks pretty damn good. But here's the thing. Like, I just think Tyson Fury is such a smart boxer that he will develop the game plan. He would utilize his size to be just too much for a guy like Mike Tyson. Now, here's the thing. You're not wrong, and I'm not wrong. No one is wrong in this argument because it's never going to happen. You know, it's a fucking mythical fight. It's like asking if Bigfoot fought fucking, I don't know, the Loch Ness Monster, who's going to win. Like, you know, it's just us arguing back and forth. I hate to say it. It drives me nuts saying it, that Fury would win this fight. But I'm just trying to think, you know, from the evidence that I have, I just can't see Mike Tyson beating a guy of that size that is that talented. And the talent that Mike Tyson fought in his prime, were they Tyson Fury good?
A lot of them were. A lot. you know, he fought Larry Holmes, you would have to say he's better than, you know, all time is Woodland Tyson. But that's fine. You know, yeah, you're right. The fight can never happen. So from that standpoint, everything we say is just you know, just a guess on our part.
Yeah. I mean, I would just have to go with the bigger guy. We just watched Tyson Fury defeat, let's be honest, 3 times the hardest. And I think Deontay Wilder is legit the hardest punching boxer in the sport's ever seen. I really do believe that. I think Deontay Wilder hits harder than anyone that's ever done it.
That's arguable too, but
you know, I mean, do you think Tyson hits harder than Deontay Wilder?
No, I would say they're similar, but George Foreman. I mean, if you ever, you know, the fight where he beat Joe Frazier, some of the punches, maybe it was the way the camera angle or something, or maybe he jumped at the same time, but it looked like some of the punches were literally taking Frazier off the canvas, like his feet left the floor.
Well, George Foreman's a way better boxer too. I mean, Foreman,
sure.
Yeah, he had power, but he was definitely a better boxer than Wilder. I can't put Wilder in the boat with George Foreman when it comes as a total boxer. And Foreman did hit hard, but I can't see a guy like George Foreman hitting as hard as Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I mean, I could be wrong, but
if you want to look up an interesting video, they got video of him just hitting a heavy bag, but his trainer is holding it. It was in preparation for the Rumble in the Jungle, the fight against Ali. But the punches that he was throwing, they were reverberating through the bag, and they were throwing his trainer off. You know what I'm saying? It like punched through the bag, and it made his trainer who was holding it move. You know?
Yeah. Listen, make no mistake. George Foreman's a heavy hitter. There's a lot of heavy hitters at boxing, but Deontay Wilder was 40-0, and they were all knockouts and like devastating. Like this guy, and he did it with no real technical. Like he came into the sport late. He did it with no like super technical ability. He just basically touched people and they would drop. Whereas George Foreman was a legit boxer, right?
No, you're right about that. And listen, Deontay's power. You're right. Deontay hit a guy one time that he had so hard that he had a seizure. You know?
Yeah.
There's footage of it. He had a seizure in the ring. Deontay punched the guy through his guard one time. His glove was at his face, and he punched him through his glove and knocked him out.
Dude, the guy he's got retard strength. The guy is incredibly strong. You know, and it makes up.
I just want to say this. Even if you say he's a one-trick pony, for a guy to make it to become WBC heavyweight champion and have 10 title defenses, if you would ask how far can you go with just one punch, that's pretty damn far. He's doing pretty good. He made $45 million the night before last. So if that's the worst day of his life, it'd be the best day for other people, you know. So he'll be all right. Yeah,
listen, I hate to I don't want to shit on Wilder. Wilder is so exciting to watch because of that one punch power. It's incredible. It's incredible to watch this guy box, lose an entire fight, and then just come back and just knock someone out easily, just tap a person they're down. But then he faced a guy that's bigger, Tyson Fury, who is smooth as hell, and Tyson Fury can take a damn punch. I mean, how the hell did Tyson Fury get dropped 2 times in that round and somehow keep the party going? It's nuts. It's freaking nuts.
That's a good question. I was going to ask you, you know, how does a guy who's 277 pounds, when Ruiz came in to fight Joshua, he was like 280. So he's just 3 pounds short of Ruiz. And the only reason he wears it better is because he's so tall.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you wonder, because you know Tyson Fury did piss hot before.
I didn't know that. Did he?
Yes, he did. So it kind of makes you wonder, how does a guy his size maintain that?
I'm assuming this is
45 minutes of a slugfest.
This is pre-Klitschko?
Oh, man, I want to say, like, right around that time, right after Klitschko. He pissed hot.
After Klitschko. I never heard that. Never knew that.
Yeah. Google it. This happened. It makes you wonder. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not even hating. I say congrats to Fury.
Let me see. Let me look this up now. I don't know if I believe you, but let me look this up. Let's see. Tyson Fury. All right. And we'll put steroids. See what pops up over here. I mean, hold on a second. Okay. I don't believe this. I think you're fucking trolling right now, to be honest. But how does it not come up in any of the trash talk if this is legit? I mean,
That's
Tyson
a fair
Fury
question,
could face
too. I don't know. I'm not
here we
part
go.
of the media yet.
An 8-year ban on boxing if found guilty of tampering with the initial UK anti-doping investigations into his positive test for a banned steroid. Okay, so was he... Tyson Fury drug ban explained how he failed tests and why. Was he banned for failing a test, or did he get caught for something? Or
yeah, for a period of time.
Jesus, all these fucking articles have a million pop-ups.
Does it happen to say what the substance was?
I got these fucking articles, and they're at, you want to block it?
Okay.
Yeah, forget it. I'm going to look it up after the show, because actually this is interesting to me.
It happened, and I'm just saying, it's like, so the guy, you know, the guy went 11 rounds, and that was a slugfest. You know, they were going at it. So it kind of makes you wonder, how does he maintain that?
Mm. Oh, so you're saying that you think he's on steroids? You think he's on something?
Well, I know he has before. I don't know if he, I don't know that he is or he isn't. I'm just asking that question.
Yeah. See, now, like, I'm scrolling through here, and I'm seeing all these crazy, like,
That's what I thought it was. Red Cliff in the chat says nandrolone. That's what I believed it was. The same thing that they caught, what's the guy's name?
Wasn't Canelo was on steroids.
Nate Marquardt.
Oh, okay.
Nandrolone.
Now,
it's the same thing.
Here we go. Tyson Fury fails drug test after positive result. Okay, here we go. So this is 2016. Heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury, who pulled out an October 29 rematch with champion Vladimir Klitschko last week for unspecific reasons, has notified that he tested positive for cocaine. All right, cocaine.
That's the other thing. So, bro, besides
it's cocaine.
Besides PEDs, he used to put the rock on the pipe, Chris. You know this.
Yeah, the dude was he liked to have a good time, yes. Okay, listen, this is just, I'm looking, let's see. So it's cocaine. That's what's going on here. Which De La Hoya had the cocaine. All right, anyway, all right. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, all right, I'm off that. I just got a quick question. How in the fuck is Leon Edwards favorite over Jorge Masvidal?
Is he
Did
really?
they not remember the incident? Did they not remember the incident in the hallway? Yeah, Vegas early prognosticators have him as the, I think. Oh man, I just looked at it in Discord.
Because Leon should win.
How do you figure that?
Leon's the better fighter. This is not an ambush in a hallway. This is not catch off guard sucker punch. This is an actual sanctioned fight. In a sanctioned fight, Leon should win. Yes.
Edwards doesn't have the same type of power Usman has. He almost got knocked out by Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz, man, come on.
Oh, man. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think that's what everyone's saying. He literally schooled Nate the entire fight, and then in the last round got clipped and was on the wobble legs. And people are thinking, well, let's play MMA math. Masvidal fucked up Diaz. That means Masvidal's going to fuck up Leon. Masvidal fucked up Leon in the hallway. Meanwhile, he sucker punched him. I think Leon Edwards should be the favorite. In fact, Leon Edwards is a guaranteed lock for the win. How much of a favorite is he?
I want to say, like, they got Masvidal's like the +2 dog, so 200 plus 200.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Masvidal in that fight. You would take Jorge?
Yeah, I'm not off that train yet. He's still a guy. He's still a guy to me.
Okay. I mean, I'd rather see Masvidal win, but I think it's right. I think Leon should be the favorite. I think he gets the job done.
If Leon does win, that's like 8 straight. So yeah, he'll be guaranteed a title shot. So.
Now, what happens
we'll
here?
see.
Like, this is the thing. I like the fact that they're making this fight happen. This is interesting. They have like a little heat. But if Kamaru Usman, say Usman wins again, which he probably will. I know that's going to piss off a lot of people, but he probably will. And if he wins the rematch at UFC 268 and Jorge beats Leon Edwards, you mean to tell me Jorge's going to get another shot? Like, he's got to fight Colby, right?
I mean,
you don't give him a title shot.
Yeah, that'd be tricky right there. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was pretty definitive what Usman did to him last time, so I don't know.
What happens here?
I don't know.
It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. Like, what the hell do you do with Jorge Masvidal? I mean, I want to see Jorge fight Colby Covington. That's what I want to see. I'm really looking forward to a fight like that happening. But anyway, we'll see. I'm excited about this fight. Let's see what happens. Okay, man.
Yep.
Thank you,
Okay,
Pulse.
one last thing before I go.
Yes.
Cowboys 44, Giants 20.
I don't know. It's breaking up. My Giants. My fucking New York Giants. They lost Saquon Barkley, superstar running back. Again, Guy's always getting fucking hurt. Sprained his ankle. It was a balloon.
My foot was a balloon.
Then Daniel Jones gets a fucking concussion trying to dive into the fucking end zone. Then you lose like every receiver. Everyone got hurt. And then we got this big freaking mongoloid quarterback. Oh, it was just, how dare you celebrate that? How dare you? How dare you? 516-522-0267. My whole team gets destroyed. Just full. You think that's funny? All right, 516-522-0267. We have a new co-host, Ellie. 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 She cut her tongue. All right, so give us a call. We're talking about these fights over here. Actually, yeah, you know what? Hold on. There's some donations. Let's those things play. Actually, we got one in here. Let's play it.
Wonderful.
Pulse sounds like a truck commercial voiceover guy. You feel me? Crime gay.
There you go. Thank you, Glove Touch. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that donated. Usman is fighting Colby, and then he follows it up. Mosh, you can't be serious. Explain. Liam went 48-47 with a fucking old cowboy. Masvidal smokes prime cowboy. Oh, my God. Then put your money where your mouth is, right? Jorge Masvidal is the underdog. Win some money. Leon Edwards is going to win that fight. Leon will win. It's not even a question. Leon will beat Jorge Masvidal. What do you think, Jess? Leon Edwards or Jorge Masvidal? Ellie, what do you think? Oh. What are you doing?
I'm going to go Edwards.
Edwards?
Yeah.
You sure? You don't have to do that because I said that.
No, it's just the only one that makes sense.
And him being a favorite, does that make sense to you or no?
Is he the favorite?
Yeah. Leon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. You heard it here. Let us know in the chat. Who wins? Who wins that fight? I'm curious.
Turn the mic off before she screams into it.
Who wins? All right, we'll open up those phone lines again at 516-522-0267. We're trying to find out who wins. Masvidal. I want Masvidal to win. Listen, Masvidal's not a welterweight. You guys are like smoking some weird ass shit. He's not a welterweight. Not beating those top. He beat up a guy in a hallway by sucker punching the dude. You think that shit's gonna happen in the cage? You cray. You giving no respect to Leon Edwards. I know he may be a little annoying, whatever. Colby beats Usman. Oh my God. Man, you are 0 for 2 with your predictions. What is going on? You need to get your head examined. All right, 516-522-0267. I like it. I like the fact that people think Colby Covington can win this fight. And I like that people still believe in Jorge Masvidal against the top tier welterweights. It's interesting. Ellie finds it interesting as well. All right, here is the phone lines over here. Bye-bye. 516-522-0267. Looks like people are fired up about Edwards versus Masvidal. And we're coming off the big fight Saturday night. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Want to know your opinions at Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell. We got the baby screaming like a loony again. All right, guys. Here, you want to take the rest of the phone calls and I'll take the baby?
That's okay because I got to start food anyway. So.
All right. Anything you want to land on them before we get back into it?
No, it sucks. Honestly, guys, I want to be part of the fucking show again. I'm not going to lie.
All right, so I'll take the baby.
No, it's fine because I got to cook dinner anyway, so it wouldn't make sense for you to leave right now.
We got 33 minutes. I have no problem.
I'll catch you guys next show and I will. Yeah, TGIW. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Say goodbye, Ellie. Say goodnight. I know you have so much to say.
She's just yelling and screaming, this kid. It's crazy. It looks like the phone lines are jammed up, man. I see phone calls coming in, but they're not playing. Why is that? See this? Like all these. Why is it not? What the hell's going on here? You know what? Hold on. Let me. All right. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I see a bunch of numbers coming in and it's not ringing. Hold on. Google voice it up. Is your thing doing that noise?
She's been tugging on it, so she probably did something. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Yeah. Oh, Big Mo's coming on Wednesday night too. So tune in for that.
Nice.
Big Mo. Okay. So the phone lines. What's going on here? You see this? They're coming in. Okay, that's buzzing like crazy. Why is that? Okay. Oh, come on, Google. What is? I see you guys coming in. There's a ton of phone calls coming in. I should just call you back. Yeah, I'll call. Missed calls. Yeah, what the fuck? What is it doing? Is it going to voicemail or? That's a bummer. Let me see. I can't even call him back. Look at this, Jess. I can't freaking call him back. Oh, man. Google Voice is fucked. Yeah, I see you guys keep on. Yeah, keep calling in and let's see if one gets through. I don't know what the hell's going on. Nice. Pulse broke our phone lines. That damn cowboy call. Masvidal, the youngest princess, laughs of joy. Masvidal for the wins is Cole Vick. I love it, man. I love when Jorge Masvidal, when it's fight week for Jorge Masvidal, because everyone jumps right back on the cock. And I don't get it, but you know, I think Masvidal is fun because everyone's so into the dude, but I don't get the allure, man. I don't get it because he's never going to be a welterweight champion. He's a BMF champion. In fact, he's never going to be a champion, like a real champion. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But flatline Till, which Whitaker couldn't do, that's because Till was fucking starving. And by the way, Darren Till is a little overrated. And yes, he went the distance with Robert Whitaker. But, I mean, beating Till was fighting in front of his home country. You know, this guy, he showed you that on the big stage, he kind of falls flat every single time. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's nuts. But it makes it interesting. It does. It makes it very interesting that people are so into Jorge Masvidal. You know, we get to debate back and forth. Hey, yeah, it's working. Nice.
Call from.
Let's go, Brandon.
Okay. All right, Drunk. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy?
Yo.
All right, you got through. You beat. I don't know what happened. I saw a million numbers going through, and for some reason, that one, you made it.
Man, I had to fucking keep in readout like fucking 57 times.
You won the Squid Game, Drunk. You won Squid Game. All right, what's going on?
Woohoo. Yeah, that was fucking hell of a fight on Saturday. Probably one of the best fucking boxing fights I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah. Seriously, I can't name a better heavyweight fight that I've witnessed in my lifetime. Now, if I go hit YouTube and start going down the rabbit hole of fights before I was alive, or, you know, of course you can come. But a heavyweight boxing at this magnitude, a trilogy, I mean, it doesn't get any better.
Maybe lie, but I'm sure I could find some better fights, especially during Ali's day.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but here we go. In this era, I can't think off the top of my head. Listen, I'm not the biggest boxing fan in the world, but from what I've seen, I can't think of anything.
Heavyweight boxing's kind of gone downhill since fucking Klitschko's brothers came into the fucking game and started winning titles.
Yeah.
Sorry, they were just horrible. That's what kind of just drove me completely away from boxing for a long time.
Yeah, I was never a Klitschko fan. They were so dominating, but it was just kind of like, I don't know. They didn't do it for me. You know, they didn't have that pizzazz, and yes, they dominated, but it just didn't. And then I guess the dance partners really didn't line up for them. Now it's like we have multiple heavyweights that have personalities, have their own swag, makes it interesting.
Definitely. All right. You got the fat little Mexican guy. You got AJ, and then the new guy that just beat him. Sorry, I'm a casual boxing. I know he's probably not new, but.
Yeah, that guy. That guy's older than AJ. I think. I don't know. I can't. And he fights from a weight class under heavyweight. I think that's what they said. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know anything about that guy, but people keep on throwing him out there. Make him fight Fury. It's like, I don't. All right, whatever.
Yeah, apparently another fucking guy, David Hayes, I think that's his name, wants to fucking fight Fury, and they had a fucking fight lined up, and I think Hayes pulled out some bitch ass excuse.
Interesting.
They were scared of him.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You know what? Whoever Tyson fights, I'm gonna watch because Tyson sells fights. You know, he's got the gift of the gab.
Yeah. Shame he's on MMA.
What's that?
I said shame he's on MMA.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did make mention he trains with MMA guys. He did make mention that he has interest, but I mean, why would you jump in an octagon when you're making what, $25 million? I think he made. I don't know what he made on this fight, but
he probably made more than that.
Yeah, they said his purse was $25 million, but then you got to pay-per-view buys and stuff like. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't. What was his purse? I'm curious. I guess Wednesday we'll have an accurate number.
Yeah.
Oh, Usyk is the other guy's name. Usyk. That's right, Usyk. Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy.
All right, what else you got, Drunk?
Fucking Mackenzie Dern turned out, it's going to be another pretty face. Not going to be able to get to that title.
Well, pretty face is kind of generous. Maybe pretty body.
Well, you know what I mean. She's got a fucking good BJJ, but
yeah, she's got a good BJ.
Can need some work.
Yeah, well, yeah, she kind of got exposed, right? Rodriguez, you stuffed the takedown, and Rodriguez is just light years better, and makes you think, how good is Carla Esparza? We kind of been looking past Carla. Carla's given Rodriguez her only blemish.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah. So, I mean, 115 is the most interesting weight class for the ladies. I think.
Yeah, I mean, women, I mean, Valentina's owns that goddamn division. She's gonna money mouth that fucking shit, and nobody's, I don't think, beating Nunes anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. You sound down, Drunk. What's going on, man? You sound down and out.
No, I'm all right.
You all right? Tell me what's the problems here tonight. Anything? What's going on, man? It sounds like you're in the dumps.
It's been a long few days, and
yeah,
trying once again to quit smoking.
Mm.
So I haven't had a cigarette in a couple of days.
So you haven't smoked in a couple of days?
Yep.
Nice. All right, that's good. What are you doing in substitution? Were you trying to, do something else to get your mind off it? You're just doing cold turkey. That's it.
Yeah, it's cold turkey, pretty much.
Nice. And what's the reasoning? Is it health reasons, or are you just like, all right, enough's enough?
That and money. I mean, I've been trying to quit since March, but I was up to $200 a month in cigarettes.
It's crazy, right?
Doing pack and a half a day almost.
Yeah, how much is a pack of cigarettes now?
The brand I smoke is close to $5 a pack.
$5.
Or something.
Yeah, so $5 a pack of cigarette. Were you smoking a pack a day or more or less?
Yeah, I was almost smoking a pack and a half.
Wow. Yeah, that adds up.
Now I'm down to 4 packs a week, so that's something.
4 packs a week, and I'm sure most of it's during the weekend, right? Weekend, you kick back, let them fly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was my problem. It's tough. It's one of the toughest things I could have ever done was quit smoking. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, so I went to 15, so I'm 39 now.
Yeah. You know what? That's my father-in-law says the same thing. I started so young. I did it for 15 years, so I didn't do it as long. But it's the most addicting thing you can ever do. It really is. And it's more mental than physical, really. Because what is it? After 2 weeks, I think it's out of your system. It's all mental from that point on. So now it's a battle of will,
Yeah, something like that. But I quit once before when I was 17 for a couple months. It's a little longer than 2 weeks. 2 weeks is the worst of it. And still get a little cravings here and there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, $5 a pack seems kind of cheap. Snake Bacon says $15 a pack. Yeah, when I stopped, it was $8 or something like that. It was. So what the hell kind of cigarettes?
Well, you're in fucking New York.
Yeah, it was really expensive.
Everything's expensive there.
Yeah, it's true. But still, will you live on a reservation or something? Where are you getting these cheap ass cigarettes? Were you a fucking Indian?
305s.
305s. Interesting.
They're cheap. Yeah, Marlboro's $6, I think, a pack.
Well, listen, I think you can kick the habit of cigarettes. It's easy. It can be done. It's not easy. I'm just saying, it's not easy at all, but it could be done. I believe in you.
Well, back to M8. What was that fight that got really bloody? Do you know if they got a fucking bonus?
I don't know who got the bonuses. It's as soon as that fight ended, as soon as we ended that stream, I forgot it ever happened. You brought it up. I was like, holy shit, that happened. This card just got buried. And you know what? There were some good stories on this card. It wasn't a bad fight card.
No, it's pretty decent. Had some good fights, good finishes.
Yeah, it was good. The bloody one was... Shit, which one? Was it it was the Jackson one, right? Wasn't Jackson leaking like crazy? Jackson versus Rosa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Blood was pouring out of his head, and he still won the fight. I don't know.
Rosa, I think, got robbed. I mean, yeah, Jackson had the control time, but come on. Damage should take precedent over that.
Yeah.
He fucked him up.
Well, yeah, in a real fight, right? You look at, but then again, when they cleaned up the cut, it was just a little slice on the side of his head. So it was just like maybe it was just
Look at
placement.
the fucking ring. Most of the goddamn cage was fucking stained with his blood.
Yeah, it was. And Rosa was pretty active off the map, but yeah, I think they got it right. Who cares? No one gives a shit.
Fucked up my goat milk, motherfucker.
Who cares? All right. Yeah, actually, I had Rosa too. All right, but yeah, Rodriguez is a player. She is a player now. She's right up in the mix. So we'll see what happens with her.
But yeah, that sucks about Rockhold. Who are you gonna put against Strickland now?
I don't know. That does suck. That was one of the fights I was looking most forward to. You know, that was great. It had a great heat between the two. And you got to think, if Rockhold pulls out of this one, is he really coming back, or is this a bunch of bullshit? After he said all that shit about the UFC.
It's herniated disc in his back.
Oh, forget it. He's done. He's not coming back. Not in the UFC. I don't know. Do you think he's coming back?
He'll come back for a paycheck. He'll probably fight fucking Weidman.
Oh, I hope so. I would actually.
You gotta have that fucking fight again.
Yeah, that would get me interested. But then again, I don't even know. I don't think Weidman's coming back either. It's crazy, man. That guy, didn't he go in for another surgery? And he's like making he started a podcast. This dude's setting his life up for his second half of his.
Yeah, Weidman's not going off that loss.
You don't think so?
Nah.
He might get into real estate.
All that.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. Anything else on your mind, Drunk?
No, sure. I'll let someone else call in. Sure, taking them up time.
All right.
Later, Slutmans.
All right. Drunk Savage coming in. Sounds like in great mood. Poor guy. Quitting smoking sucks. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's been a while since McGregor Seaver in Boston was the last cigarette I had, and I bummed it.
Call from.
No, for somebody.
Berg, female, dog.
You got through, Gur, female dog. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and
nice.
Yeah. I first want to talk about Masvidal. I really agree with you when you say he had like that good year in 2019 with the 3-0, John, like we knocked out Darren Till and Ben Askren, and then you can run that TKO against Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're fighting against the big guys such as like the top tier fighters, I don't think you could beat anybody in the top five basically, like Vicente Luque, Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington definitely, and Kamaru Usman. I really can't see him or even Leon Edwards, and I totally understand why Leon Edwards is like the favorite now. So yeah, do you agree?
Oh yeah, listen. Too bad Masvidal can't get back to 155, because if he could get back to 155, do the RDA route, I think this guy could be a problem over there. But at 170, these guys are too big and strong. They are. I mean, and just because he beat up a guy in a hallway, like by sucker punches, I mean, come on. What are we talking about?
Yeah, oh man, that's a bitch move right there, and that's when I don't get these fans. You see, that was totally, you feel me? You act like just like 3 punches landed out of nowhere, because Leon didn't Leon have his hands behind his back or something? I don't think so, but he wasn't. You can tell he wasn't ready for that.
He was just mouthing off to him.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah,
that a sucker punch combination doesn't translate into, you feel me, him doing it in the fight. I'm telling you, he's going to get mauled in there. Not mauled, but he's going to be. Leon is going to win in a convincing fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you said, he schooled. Just like you said earlier, he schooled Nate Diaz for 4 rounds for 4 rounds and 50 and I don't know like John, but it was like for 4 rounds. He schooled him for 4 rounds. The whole fight.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did it go 4 or was it 3? I can't remember. I think
because I think in the last minute, Nate,
it was 3.
Landed that, you feel me?
It's 3 rounds. Yeah. Here's the thing with this fight over here. I'm telling you right now, if this thing wasn't stopped by the doctor and that cut wasn't that bad, I honestly believe. Now, I'm not saying Nate would have won that fight, but we would have had moments like what happened to Leon Edwards. Nate Diaz would have shown some flash of coming back. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that Nate would have won that fight. I think Jorge Masvidal, the way he was beating up on Diaz, he beat him up pretty bad. But I do believe that there would have been a sway in the momentum towards the end.
Yeah, because look, the thing about in that fight, Jorge was getting backed up to the cage pretty easily. He really was. I mean, I don't know. It's like Jorge, he fights in like, you feel me, in bursts. That's how he fights. That's how I saw, like, at least in that fight, that's how he was fighting. He was fighting he would burst like a little combination at him.
Yeah.
And that's when just pounce there a little bit, like you just sit there, bounce around, then burst a little combination. But in that fight, Nate Diaz was backing him up and landing some good combinations. So if that cut wasn't that bad, I totally agree, we would have had you feel me, a sway in momentum. Now, about the Wilder fight, like, it was a fight, like, literally, like, one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. I was going for Wilder. I'm pretty sure you remember that from last week, you feel me? I wanted him to win by knockout, and it was a good fight, man. I remember Fury knocked him out knocked him down the first time in that fight, and I was like, fuck, oh shit, like, I was literally about to shit my pants, you feel me? My brother was right there. My brother was right there because he was going for Fury. He has his little, like, speaking appendage. So he was saying he's going to obliterate Fury. And I said, no, it's obliterate, you dummy. We was going back and forth. And I had him silent, you feel me, when Wilder, he landed that clean right. Because I think it was like through Fury's guard or something like that. And that was the fight, man. But Fury, he came back up. It was a good fight. Wilder showed a lot of heart. And there's a lot more fights for Wilder as well. I was seeing like a lot of comments, when he was saying, you feel me, Wilder is done, like he should never fight again. But feed AJ to Wilder, and that'll be a great fight.
AJ Wilder. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that would be a nice bounce back for Deontay. Deontay beats AJ. I'm 100% on that boat. I think Deontay can bounce back on AJ, and that's a great fight. Could you imagine? That would be a lot of fun to watch. Maybe they will make that happen.
I don't know about AJ's chin. Is just, I don't know, man. Especially against, you feel me, Wilder. Like you said, Wilder is like the hardest hitting boxer ever. I believe so. I really can't put George Foreman in there because, you feel me, George Foreman was landing right against, like, you feel me, Ali's temple, and he wasn't putting him down. You feel me? I mean, Ali was like, rolling with the punches, but, you feel me, nobody's just going to take it, straight rights from, you feel me, Wilder, just still being there talking in his face. Like, I can't see that happening.
The other day, I was going down the Ali rabbit hole, and I actually had the pleasure of meeting Muhammad Ali when I worked in a coffee shop in an airport. Serious? Yeah, I met Muhammad Ali, and he was a vegetable. He was a fucking vegetable. Like, the dude had a handler with him. I don't know if she was related to him or what. And I worked in his coffee shop, and he walks up with his handler, and then my mouth drops, and here I am with a ponytail, just a fucking shithead-looking barista in the airport. And I'm like, oh my God, this is before cell phones. Like, this is like you couldn't just take a cell phone picture, and Muhammad Ali walks up, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Muhammad Ali. This is crazy. But he couldn't, say anything. He was just drooling on himself, and I'm like,
the Ferguson's?
Yeah, he was all fucked up. And you think about the abuse that Ali has taken throughout his career, the punishment that man's taken. And he could take a punch and get back up and lay on the ropes and look around like a stud. But I mean, it all added up, And you see a guy like Tyson Fury eating these punches by Wilder, and you got to think, these guys got to protect themselves, man. You can't be getting hit like that over and over.
I mean, did you see, you feel me, the amount of punishment Wilder was taking? I mean, like, I don't know, like, from the start of the fight, it already seemed like you feel me, like he was, like, kind of like almost all violence in a way. It really felt weird to me in a way, you feel me? But I guess that's like, months and months, like, of inactivity and stuff like that. But, like, you feel me, his game plan was pretty, like, head on, like, you feel me, for the first 3 rounds. Jabs to the body, like those stiff little jabs. And that's jabs from Deontay Wilder, so they're going to hurt. So, like, I don't really know why people are saying, oh, Tyson Fury, why wasn't he, going at Wilder? No, Wilder was jabbing him, you feel me, dead in his stomach. Like, that's going to hurt. I'm not going after that. Like, you feel me, Fury had to lay on him and stuff like that. And it was a great game plan by Fury as well. But,
Well, listen, I feel you. I always feel you when you call in. And it did seem like Deontay's game plan, if he stuck to that thing, just constantly whipping jabs to the body over and over and over again. It seemed like Fury was having problems there. Fury adapted, and then, the clinch definitely made a difference. And what happened was Fury kind of dragged Wilder into a more reckless type fight, I don't know, it felt like a brawl. at one point between these two, and Deontay lost his game plan. He lost it.
Yeah. No, as soon as he got knocked down, like that game plan just went out the window.
Mm. Oh yeah. We showed it.
Yeah, I think that's where the game plan like ended. Like he landed like a handful like of body shots, like he told me after that, but no, like after that, yeah, it was over. That game plan was out the window. But it was a great fight. Respect to both of them, especially Wilder, Fury as well. And I hope Wilder doesn't make any like those excuses. I just can't take it no more. And and before I leave, have you seen HELWANI Jędrzejczyk? Like she's actually looking like she actually looks like a snack. Really, like she's really nice looking. I never really noticed. You feel me? From the past years.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I used to argue with people before the boob job, and I said there's something weirdly attractive about her. Like before the boob job, there was something there. Now I'm not saying she was a drop dead knockout model looking chick, but now she gets the boob job. She's doing all those kissy face half naked pictures, and yeah, she's in great shape. And yeah, she's not. She's all right.
I saw her on like you feel me my little feed, John. I was swiping on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I saw this one pic. I'm like, oh snap! Like them pearly blue eyes. They doing her some justice for real in that boob job, especially because I remember her never having any titties. So like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was always more of a fan of Karolina though. Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Like she always did it for me. She's the other Polish broad that never really, kind of shit the bed in the UFC. But
so here goes my top 5. I like Rose Namajunas with the hair.
Okay.
The hair Rose Namajunas was like, you told me she was off the charts with that John.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko, like when she wear like the right clothes and stuff like that, she's a snack. I got like a weird, you feel me, attraction to her as well. And who else? I forgot. I'm gonna throw a UFC ring lead in there. Brooklyn Wynn, the black one.
She got like some body on her though. Her body it's a knockout body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooklyn could look like a gargoyle, but her body it overcompensates for everything, man. That girl's body's like it's like a showstopper.
Yeah. The UFC posted like you feel me like a John like when she was like with this other little girl, and like she turned like to the side. And I was like, damn.
You know who's looking good though? Jessica Rose Clark. What do you think? I mean, some people don't like tattoos, but Jessica Rose Clark became like a fox, man. That girl, even Jesse wants to les out with her. She's all into that.
Oh man.
Yeah, Jessica Rose Clark is something else. She's that was Mamma Mia. She's a snack too, if you know what I'm saying. A lot of snacks in the UFC. All right, buddy. Anything else?
All right. No, not really.
Okay.
You have a nice night.
You too. Grr, female dog, like a snack.
Wonderful.
The Hearn's coming in.
Buddy, you need to change the battery on that smoke detector. You feel me?
You feel me? Loving it. Thank you. Roberto the Hearns, who extended the show tonight. Rose Clark looks like a smelly fish. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Where is she? Where is her Instagram? Miss Jessie Jess. Looks like she smells like a fish. Are you cray? Maybe because she's sweaty from training? Is that what we're talking about?
From
Dirty old man, Mike.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Hey, dirty old man Mike. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Yourself?
I'm wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the goddamn main event last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got my fucking dick so fucking hard, I almost fucking passed out.
Yeah, baby. Me too. That was it was a sexy fight. It was arousing. I don't know how anyone would say anything negative about that thing.
I know those people that just suck on boxing's dick. Oh, the fight was so bullshit. They can just suck on a fucking dick.
Oh,
I mean, goddamn. That here and there. I mean, that fight was kick ass, non-stop, and glove touch. I don't feel you. So, it's just goddamn. It was kick ass, blood and guts the way it should be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This will bring me back to boxing. I mean, listen, anytime these two fight, I'm in. we'll react to any of these fights. There's no doubt about it. And it's funny, like we were complaining about $80 for the main card, 4 fights. It is ridiculous, but this fight is so good, and I'm so glad I got to see that. I don't mind paying the 80. I mean, it was just at least we said we were in the seats, even though we were at home. We got to see it live going down, and I was really pumped up, man. This thing was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, nothing too. If you're gonna go to that fight, like, god damn, I'll probably cost you like a right nut.
Yeah. And how do those fans not show up until the main event? It's like you spent all that money. Enjoy some fights, man. Just hang out. What are you doing?
It's like the same thing too. It's just like when you go to the concert, you spend like $600 or $700 to go to a concert, and you show up just for the main people. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm guilty of that. I stay in the parking lot unless the opening act is someone I want to see. But I get so wrecked. See, I'm actually a complete idiot because I would stay in the parking lot and I would listen from the parking lot of the live bands performing, the opening bands, get so shit-faced, walk inside and not even remember the main act. Like, that's how dumb I am. But I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Shit.
Anything else, Mr. Mike?
Yeah. Like I said, I'll be quick too. Like I said, I started my new job today, and it was probably the best day. I should have done this shit like a long time ago. Fuck working for the man.
Yeah.
I'm
with you.
Other than that,
fuck the man.
Other than that, it was a blast.
Good for you, man. Congratulations.
Alex, I'll cut it short so someone else can get on there. But love you guys. You guys take care.
We love you too. Thank you. All right, Mike H coming in with the brand new job. Nice, Mike.
Call from NH. To accept, press.
Whoa, back-to-back Hills calling in. Look at you guys. What, you right next to each other? All right, Ann, what's up?
Yeah, right next to each other on the couch,
Nice. All right, what's going on, Ann?
Well, I hate to admit it.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody, but yeah, I enjoyed that fight. Boxing.
I know you're not the biggest boxing fan, but here you are saying you enjoyed the Fury Wilder fight. Well, look at this.
Yeah.
You might be a fan now.
I like Fury. I like him. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
We got an actual outcome. We got to see a finish. We got to see both guys get dropped, some drama and some craziness. I mean, how do you not like a fight like this, right?
Uh-huh. Yep. And I love you guys' reaction. That just was great.
To what?
The reaction when he did knock him completely out. And you guys' reaction and little Ellie.
I was one of the first guys in my seat last Canelo fight. By the time he was fighting, I was drunk on the restroom, missed the ending. I traveled to Texas, 2 sucks. Man.
And I don't know, did you hear that donation?
No.
So Roberto, did anything play through or no?
No, I can't hear him anymore.
Oh, man. What the heck? Well, anyway, Roberto said that, he goes, I was one of the first guys in my seats last Canelo fight. By the time he was fighting, I was drunk in the restroom, missed the ending, traveled to Texas too. Sucks, man. Even traveled to Texas. Roberto, that was. But I tell you what, I've been there. But I couldn't only imagine what he spent on a Canelo fight. It had to be a fortune for those tickets. I've done that so many times at a concert, though. And you ever get so drunk you don't remember the main event or main concert?
Yeah, many years ago, concert. Yeah, not like the fights back in the day, but yeah,
man,
tried not to. But that happens.
Yeah, I don't know why I do that. I do that too. I go to a sporting event and I'm there for every fight, but yeah, usually I'm pretty tuned up by the time the co-main event hits. I'm just screaming and yelling like I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore.
I could just picture that. That's funny.
It's a good time.
Picture that.
Yeah. All right. So now we got you into a little bit of boxing. Listen, I'm not the biggest boxing fan in the world. I have MMA all day. But this is, I mean, if we see more fights like this makes for more fun nights.
Yeah, definitely. Not just laying on each other and not hanging on each other or not doing anything. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
Not be as boring. I like him because he's outspoken, fun, and sounds like he doesn't really give a shit what.
Yeah, he doesn't.
What he says.
He's a good story,
so
too.
I like him. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. And who is the new guy that just got signed to the UFC? He's from Canada. Sorry, I'm old. I forgot his name. He just fought, and he got that really fast right in the first round. The sub. Dark-haired.
On the Contender Series?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I know the face. I can't remember the name. Anyone from Canada could throw that name at us. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he's from Canada. I remember that.
Yeah, some good.
He from Uriah Favors. Yeah. Area. Yeah. his
Yeah,
place, whatever.
I remember you favor getting in Dana's ear and saying you better sign this guy.
Yeah.
Guy looks good.
I like him. I really like him. We need to get some, like you said, more young blood in there. My older fighters are starting to retire and, leaving, and I want to get some more young blood in there. And he looks like he's going to do good. He didn't look sloppy or anything. I liked him. I think he's going to do really good.
All right. Well, listen, I think a lot of these guys from the Contender Series are pretty impressive this year. We've seen some really cool talent. So, yeah, he's probably going to be one of them.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, man, these guys are a lot better than what they've been.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't been too bad, but these guys this year seem a lot better.
Yeah, and speaking of the Contender Series, Mirna Rodriguez, I keep saying her name wrong. She was from the Contender Series, right? She came in from the Contender Series, and look at her. She's about to fight for a belt soon. Like, it's wild, It's like with Tough, you have to sit through a whole reality show season, this and that. Contender Series gets right to the point. Hey, this person's good. They won. Next thing you know, a couple fights later, they're about to fight for a belt. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yep. That's what I said. It's like you said. It's their biggest job interview. Basically, it's right there. You get hired on the spot or you don't.
That's right.
Right then, you have to show what you got right there, and either have it or you don't. If you don't, then you don't get hired, or you don't get signed.
That's it. That is it. All right, Ann. Anything else on your mind?
No, I'm just happy Mike's doing this, his own thing, and I'm glad he's going to be his own boss and his own thing, and he's happy, and I like that. So
I like that too.
Money and so.
Good for Mikey. All right, well, I'm glad that you guys are in a good spot, and it's good to hear from you. Have a great night, Ann.
Okay, you too. Love you guys.
We
Bye.
love you too. And the Knitter. All right, let's squeeze one more call in. 37 seconds. Thank you to those who joined us tonight. And we have a dono that slipped in over here. Let's play this puppy. Woo! Thank you to the donos. Let's go, baby. Drunk Savage.
Yo, Chrome, if you're watching for the low price of $39.99 a month, I'll time out Glove Touch anytime he calls you gay. But am I the only one that thinks Glove Touch might be trans? That neck beard looks like it's something only a woman could grow. Mic drop.
I think the Glove Touch is rooting for the cigarettes now, Drunk. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like shots fired. My goodness. If Glove Touch would like to say something in the chat. He says Glove Touch is a trans. Oh, my God. All right, 516-522-0267. We'll squeeze one more in after the buzzer. We got another dono coming in here. Hold on one second. What the heck?
Wonderful.
Glove Touch, no, we don't feel you.
Call from Beyond Infinity, Dynamic
you,
Coaching Life Improvement Workshop.
Okay, here we go. The final call of the evening, and it looks like it's Infinity Dynamic Coaching Life Improvement. How you doing?
Best for fucking last.
That's right. The best for fucking last. Okay, what's going on?
Okay, I just want to say something, boss.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, once again, people, I already know it'll be typing on your little keyboards, or Brody's going to take 5 years to talk. But don't fuck yourself, okay? You guys took forever just to talk tonight. I called like 50 times tonight, and I finally got on.
All right, you're losing me, buddy. I like the monologue, but let's get into the points.
Okay, boss. Yeah,
okay.
We're just talking. Yeah. So... Jesus. So okay, so the guy who said Edwards shouldn't be the favorite. Well, yes, he should. Leon Edwards is obviously the better fighter between the two.
True.
Okay. and here's what's interesting to me. If Jorge Masvidal does beat him, then who's next for the belt after Usman demolishes Colby again?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I said it would be ridiculous. It would be crazy if Jorge can't get another shot. But then I would think if Usman beats Colby, Colby versus Masvidal would be inevitable, I would say. And then if Masvidal beats Covington, you might have to throw him back in the mix. You might have to. You know, if you win 2 fights, you beat Colby, you beat Leon, then I wouldn't mind it. But I don't think he's getting past Leon. And if he does, you would have to fight Colby. And if Colby wins the belt, you can lock up Masvidal versus Covington. So I think that's why they're making this fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another thing I want to say was who do you think is going to win between Ponzinibbio and Jeff Neal?
Ponzinibbio and Jeff Ponzi. I got the Ponzi 2.0.
I agree with you on that one.
Yes.
Okay, and just one more thing. Like like UFC 269 is really stacked. Like, what fight besides the title fights and Masvidal and Edwards do you think is going to be on the main card?
What fights do I think is going to be on the main card? All right, let's look at Tapology here. Let's look, because I don't fucking remember who the hell. I know it's a good card. Let's see. They added Masvidal versus Edwards. This is a 5-round fight, by the way. They're saying, right? Yeah, it's a 5-round fight, which is like Dana White's like, I'm never doing 5-round fights. You know, this is a one-off with Nate, and then Nick gets one. Now Leon and Jorge's getting one. We're gonna see this a lot more. And now that Bellator has their main events 5 rounds that are non-title, I think the UFC is gonna stick with this. I think we're gonna see more 5-round main events, and I love it. More fighting. Main card. Let's see. Okay, let's look at this thing. You got some good fights on this card. All right, so oh fuck. So there's got to be 5 fights on this thing. So you got Oliveira Poirier, of course, and Nunes Pena. So you got 3 fights left.
I know my opinion on this.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter what you think. It's all about me. Leon Edwards versus Masvidal, of course. Okay, so that's 3. We got 2 spots. O'Malley's making the main card. And I know people hate on O'Malley, this and that, but he's going to sell pay-per-view, so he's 4.
Okay, so you agree with me then. He'll be the one on the main card.
Yes. Because if you're putting Greg Hardy on these main cards, I mean, you're definitely putting Sean there. To just put asses in seats and stuff. And number 5, damn, there's so many good fights on here. Yeah, because Munoz Cruz is fire.
Wait, isn't there 3 title fights on him?
What's that?
Isn't there 3 title fights on this card?
There is 2 title fights.
Wait, which fight got canceled?
There's 2 title fights. There is Oliveira Poirier. There's a Nunes Pena, and then
hold on. Wait. What happened to Figueiredo Molino?
Wait, to who?
What happened to Figueiredo Molino? I
don't know what you're saying. Could you say that again?
What happened to Brandon Molino and Davidson Figueiredo?
Davidson who?
I can't shut the fuck up, Moss. You answer the question.
I had to get you once. Is that on this? Actually, that is on this card, right?
Yeah, but you just said there's only 2 title
fights. Yeah, it's not on the tap. It's not on tap here. Usually Tapology's got it under control. Yeah, it's not on here. You sure it's on this card?
Oh.
Hold on, 260. Yeah, it's got to be on this card.
It was supposed to be.
Wait, hold on a second. Now you got me thinking, Moreno.
Yeah.
Let me see. Brandon Moreno. Hold on, I'm looking it up now. Upcoming. No, 270. Yeah, it's on Ngannou Gone.
Oh, damn. So they moved it to January.
Yeah, which makes sense. That makes sense. And by the way, Greg Hardy's on that card against Olenek. So back to back, Hardy, and thank you, Drunk. Appreciate that. Yeah, they moved it to 270. Yeah.
Okay, I think. Okay, well that is small because now they can have more of those bid fights on the main card in December.
Oh man, wow, damn, shots fired. All right, anything else?
Just one more thing. I'll say it quickly. Are you ready?
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. I love everybody that joins in each and every week, because without you, there would be no MMA-Holes. I love everyone that hits that like button, the 138. I love truly. Anyone that doesn't hit that like button, I do not love you. I love everyone that hits the donation, drops that donation, and I love you. I love you so much. I love everyone that's a patron. I love everyone that's a member in the chat. I love everybody. But everyone else that doesn't fall under any of those categories, you can kiss my ass. I'll see you tomorrow night for the Contender Series. Thank you to our sponsors, HeadRush, 20% off, promo code MMAHOLES. Thank you to Polymarket. Click the link in the description down below. Win some money. Do it. Thank you to MysticRootsCBD.com. 20% off the best CBD in the world. MysticRootsCBD.com. Promo code MMAHOLES. MMAHOLES. And linked in our live chat, the ESPN Plus link. You guys slam that puppy again. You hit it up. Anytime you buy a pay-per-view, anytime you just want to watch these UFC fights, if you use that link, you have no idea how much you help us. So click that link or the one in the description down below. I love you. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I just want to be loved. You feel me?
I feel you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
At Drunk Savage Wabbit Season LOL.